Through
so that
Zoom? Through Zoom?
yeah, through Zoom.
Okay.
But I
Then
also
I
have
think
a
I'm good.
second. I have a second screen that I use. That is the DM screen for what's done. So I just do a player version screen here for the video.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I guess my question here is now looking on your roll 20.
Hmm.
I see Vlad. I see a frying pan helmet knight. I see Gordon and Jennifer. I see Mr. Fantastic Beltrain. I see Phineas, and then it actually has a live photo of me.
If you go to settings, the little gear button, Tom, you can shut that down. There's a
Okay.
chat avatar, player, video, avatar size, turn it to
right.
name.
Yep, I see the settings, and I can get rid of my face there. What's it
Yep.
say? Enable.
Yeah, change
If
the avatar size to names only.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can shut off the video and audio there too for Roll20 since we don't use it. We're using Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at the different things here.
There's Mike.
there he is. Hello, Michael.
So Gordon, would you say to shut off the video over here, enable chat avatars?
Like the audio output source and the video output source, you can turn that to nothing.
Okay, yeah,
Looks like they might have disabled it actually, because mine's all I'm getting is a white screen on those now. There's no way to use it.
Well, you sort of scroll down, and it'll say, it'll have the chat
video
tag.
output, so I
Yeah,
can
I
get rid
want
of
to
those.
broadcast to others. That's it. Do
Yeah,
nothing.
you want nothing, broadcast nothing to others, receive nothing from others,
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
and then hit the reconnect button, and that'll sort everything through, and it'll just come back up.
I kind of look forward to getting Zoom bombed because you never know what you're going to get.
What the hell is a bomb?
What?
And you
What
say,
the hell
and
is
then
a
hit
Zoom bomb?
reconnect?
What do you mean, what is a Zoom bomb?
What's a Zoom
It's
bomb?
been in headlines. I mean, almost as much as COVID-19.
I don't pay attention to the news.
Apparently, people are pirating into Zoom meetings and just like
Taking over, putting up nasty pictures and stuff.
like they do.
Was
on
that possible? I mean, how does anybody just like? I mean, I send you guys the invitation. No one else has it. How are they getting in?
Well,
How would they get in?
I can tell you that there's apparently some sort of frailty to Zoom
Okay.
because my company last week eliminated the use of Zoom for meetings, all because of what he's talking about in the news.
Yeah,
People
my company said no Zoom.
Yeah, there's some sort of way that you can get hacked in, that they can hack
Basically,
into.
it's like running through your neighborhood and checking the front door, and most of them are unlocked because it's a trusting neighborhood, a naive neighborhood.
Okay.
And then someone bursts into your door and starts showing you porno and drawing dick pics on your windows and
So
raiding your refrigerator and
so
lighting
basic-
fart bombs.
Like basically, so like every Tuesday.
Well, yeah, but every Tuesday is every day now. You're
I live in
locked.
Illinois. It's sort of just a thing that happens sometimes.
So yeah, so somebody was defending their PhD dissertation and somebody busted in and started, playing Nazi propaganda and waving genitals.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What?
Thank God it fit into their dissertation.
Don't think I did.
Hey, this part under settings, it says reset player video avatar location. Is that anything?
It just moves.
It just allows you to move them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can just move the little. Did you turn them to where they're just the names now, Tom?
Yeah. How do you do that? I've done that before, but it reset because right now it's got the picture of my privy knight. It looks like a knight with an axe on his shoulder on a crapper.
Yeah, under game settings, go to chat avatars and then player video avatar size and change that to names only.
Okay, under settings,
Yep,
you say
settings, chat avatars.
player. Oh, okay, I got it. Names only. Perfect. Yeah, now you can see pictures. Okay. Sorry, man. I'm a newbie.
No worries. We're here to help. We're here to help. And
We'll
with
get through
that,
this together.
we'll get through it together. And with that, let's talk a little bit about what happened last time And in this deep hole in the ground where you guys are hunting down these two sisters. So you guys trucked down here, levitated, and got down into this basically a cavern about 200 feet below the surface, straight down a shaft, filled with water and these weird sort of rock ledges and like stone walls and that kind of stuff. And it's some sort of like hidden temple of some sort, maybe. You're not sure. You see that you saw there's a big statue of some sort of deity or god that's standing in the thing that seems to be very, very old. And you're not entirely sure if it's related to what's going on here. Down here, this is where the succubus sort of flew down to get away from you guys when you guys were attacking her up there. So you followed her down here and found yourself in this area. Basically, it's a cavern that consists of like two basic parts. One, this water-filled area that has walls built up around it. It has stones sticking up in it, and then another area where there are sort of these naturally occurring or maybe just very old steps going up into almost like a little plateau where there's this statue of this god or some sort of man. It looks like a man, and then there seems to be a big sort of hole in the ground in front of it, tiled around. There's a dude laying next to that hole, and two giant boulders up there that Fiat threw last time and got and hit the weird tentacled creature that was up there twice with him. So I went back through the video. You guys came down here, started fighting things, looking for the things. So right now, Phineas is still singing the theme from Shaft, dancing, and keeping the Scooms fascinated, the three Scooms that are looking at him. There's another Scoom who's kind of like going around. He's busy stabbing Lama right now. Heil, the last time in the last round of last time, he enlarged Lama, made her enlarged so that she could fight the 11-foot tall other sister of the succubus. Now, this creature, as far as you can tell, is not a succubus, but last time Lama managed to almost crit her. Natural 20, wasn't a confirmed crit, but she did get exploding dice, managed to do 61 points of damage to her with one strike at the last. There's a bat flying around, and Fiat, John Heil and Bjorn are trying to fight the other sister. Bjorn got fumbled and dazed himself, did a glancing blow off of his own helmet. He has still one more round of being dazed. And John Heil was trying to get or I believe did get a protection from evil from Beltran before Beltran also burst at the very end of last turn to get people hit lights. So it's been a bit of a brouhaha in here. Fiat ended up in the water a couple of times, but he was through a couple of clutch boulders that got way all up in there in that little temple area. But that's where we start tonight, sort of like in this area where we are now. Beltran, you are floating. You were about 20 feet off the ground. Lama is enlarged. All of you have bless on, I believe. That's what the little halo is.
Is the other sister still around, Les?
The succubus, you have not seen her.
I haven't seen her at all.
Well, you did see her at one point. You saw her like over here, right. And Beltran shot a arrow at her, hit her, and she went under the water. And so the water is dark. You can't. It's not clear water, but she's as far as you know, she's still somewhere around.
You said everyone had bless, Les? I
think everyone has bless, yeah. And although Phineas, you do not have auras of courage anymore. Because Phineas is keeping it's been like 4 or 5 rounds he's been keeping the Scooms busy with his fascinate ability.
And then protection from evil I had listed too.
Yeah, that was from before.
Is that gone?
I don't think so.
No, protection from evil lasts a good long time.
Yeah, it should still be up.
It lasts pretty long, doesn't it?
Minutes, I think, as opposed to rounds. Let me check. Protection from evil. Evil. Yeah, 1 minute per level. So, yeah, it's. I'm sure still going. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns?
I had my weapon aligned too. I think you did that, Bartos.
Did Beltran do that, or did because Snapper hasn't been down here with you?
Somebody aligned my weapon, but I don't know how long that lasts.
Let me check. We can find out. This is something we can find out. Align weapon. Okay.
What is Mike trying to tell us?
I don't know.
Mike did it.
He did it?
Mike did it apparently.
Mike's having trouble with his computer. He's
doing his Marcel Marceau impersonation.
doing mouth-to-mouth
He's
resuscitation.
trapped in a clear box of emotion, I believe. Align weapon lasts for minutes as well. So, yeah, it would still be live, I think.
I think.
All right, cool. Are we ready?
Sure.
Any other things that you guys want to do before we get started, or questions, comments?
Do I really have to work tomorrow?
Yes, you do, and be glad for it, because some of us do not. All right, so let's scoot down. So Phineas, you are first by a bit of a mile. You are still fascinating these guys. Now, it only works as long as you continue to do it, and that's your call.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
What?
Fine.
Yes, sir.
And first time.
Yeah.
I've been talking to you guys. I've been like solving world problems and like giving you guys a meaning of life. And it's all been for naught because my microphone was working.
All for naught.
And I forgot what I was telling you guys, so you guys are just SOL.
And yet Mike was having mic problems. How ironical.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Gosh.
All right, that's negative experience points for that joke.
That was, yes, that was me that aligned weapon. I was trying to convey that.
Okay.
Without talking. It's kind of hard.
The big grin and
yeah, that's the best I could do at that time.
We parsed it out. All right, so finish. You're at the top of the order. You're singing and dancing, keeping these scooms busy. What are you going to do? I mean, you had the option of you could stop, at which point the fascination falls away, or you could continue to do it. Now, I feel kind of bad for you because this is literally all you've done down here since you got here. It's been great.
He is the sole reason we're winning this fight right now.
It could be, yeah.
Well,
if you can take 3 combatants out instantly, that helps quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I could do your your taxes, but something tells me that I should keep entertaining, but this time I'm going to keep enchanting, and I'm going to change to Good Ship Lollipop by Shirley Temple, and I'm going to ask the Scoons if they who wants to play Bill Bojangles Robinson and come up and soft shoe with me while we sing.
This is getting weirder by the minute, but okay.
So I'm inviting one of the Scoons to come up and do a duet with me, but I'm still entertaining him. I'm still fascinating him because that's what I do.
You're going to stay with it. All right, cool. Well, as long as nobody hurts them, they will continue, and you continue to do this. They will continue to watch you for as long as it takes. And like I said last time, you will get bonus experience points for every round that you continue to do this.
I feel like we all need to roll a will save to not get fascinated as well.
Because he can only do it to 3 creatures at a time. So and he's got his 3. So but you guys are
boxing because we're in this cavern on the plaza. You
guys are sort of used to him by now. So I mean, he's been with you guys for a while, and you're like, we're just like, oh, that's Phineas. That's just shit he does.
Kyle's pretty new. He's not used to him yet.
All right, make a will save. No, I'm just kidding. John, you're up. John Heil is up.
All right, let's attack and see if I can hit something.
All right, who or what are you going to attack?
I'm going to hit that black pretty lady.
I think you should leave her alone.
Nah,
so that she gets another attack on Lama.
I'll take that under consideration, and no. I will hit her with a bite and 2 claws.
Okay, go for it.
I think pretty sure I got reach with both of those. Do I?
With the bite? Because the claws I could see. I don't know. Do you get reach with a bite?
It's an evolution thing. You choose what you get reach with based on every level. You can change it.
Okay.
Reach claws, reach bite. Yep. Yeah, I got both.
All right.
He looks kind of funny doing it, probably, but
Oh, I bet.
Snakish.
Oh, I guess I should look at that.
23, 17, and 23.
23, 17, 23. None of those are going to hit. She is tough and hard to hit. She is just swatting you away with those iron sickles. You're not sure that she considers you to be that much of a threat. You gonna move at all, or?
I gotta move.
Now you're standing on that wall.
Yeah, I think I'm in a good spot right now. I don't want to go in the water, so yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna stay.
Okay. It's her turn, and she is going to make a full attack against Lama, which you guys are not going to like.
I think she should attack me.
Lama hit her for 61 hit points last time. So unless you can, she's already got you dazed.
Yeah, but I look confused and easy prey. She
Mm,
might finish me off.
nah, I don't think she would consider you to be the biggest threat right now. Lama
Hey,
just hit her real
Russ,
hard.
I just thought of something. I don't get what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about?
SPD.
When 2 people are flanking.
Oh no, you don't get flanking. So Bjorn can't flank.
No, I mean llama with llama. See,
It would. In the case of your rolls, it wouldn't matter.
So 25.
and she's not really between you. She's kind of
Angled.
yeah.
But see, Lama's big though. So I mean, he could make the case. I mean, he can certainly draw a line from his character to Lama that passes
From
through.
middle to middle, it wouldn't even pass
I
through her
think
square.
Llama.
I think I qualify for distracting her and requiring her.
That's 25.
Definitely.
Doesn't matter. So.
Yeah, 25 doesn't hit her either, so it wouldn't matter. All right, Lama, full attack. I wrote a macro just for this. So. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
You're gonna love this. Full attack on Lama.
Hit,
All right.
hit, miss, hit.
20 hits.
Yeah. 18 plus 2 is 20.
What's the,
Okay. So all right. So
20 misses?
Yeah.
I thought if you hit my AC is 20, isn't that a hit?
That's a hit.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's
14,
tally up the damage.
30.
So
Looks like 30 and 6 bleed.
14, 22, 30. Yeah, and 7. No, more than that. 2, 7.
Oh, those are all bleeds?
Yeah.
Why is the one
Do
green?
those? Does it specifically say those bleeds stack?
Yep. For
Okay,
each
so-
strike. So 7, 10.
Most strikes from the same weapon that causes bleed doesn't stack with itself.
Well, this does.
So it's 30 hit points and then the bleed.
Yeah, it's for each
plus the
one.
bleed, plus the bleed, and then every round I got to take that bleed, right?
Right, until you're magically healed. So you had bleed on you from before. You had 6 bleed from the last time she hit you, and so that bleed was stopped. I mean, you still took the damage, but the bleed was stopped because Beltran did a burst. So the bleeding stops as soon as you're magically healed. So in this case, you got 7, 10, 16 bleed, and 30. Was it 30? Did we say 30 points of regular damage? No, 14. 22. Yeah, it was 30 points of that damage. So, and then because she hit you with both her left and her right, she also does 15 points of rending damage. So total is 30, 45, 50, 55. Wait, yeah,
I don't know why.
61, of which
What's that?
16 of that is bleed.
What?
Like, why can't I click on her? and just
You
hit
can
right-
now. It was on the measure.
Okay, she's dead.
What?
She's dead.
She pissed off. She pissed off Lama.
How low? Oh wait, are you saying Lama's dead, or are you saying
Lama is at -4.
-4? All right, so Lama is unconscious.
And that does not include the bleed. That's just the hit points, which I can't change. I don't know why.
Wait a second. I've got you at 57 current hit points.
And you just told me I took 61.
Right, and that included the bleed.
Oh, okay.
That included the bleed. So yeah, you're at 4 and bleeding. So what's your con?
The other computer. Pardon me?
What's your constitution total? Like your ability score?
+3.
Plus the score itself. So is it a 17?
It's a 17, which is
all right.
good.
So you can go to die, you have to go to -18. Here's the problem. You're at -4 right now. So you have 14 sort of bottom points while you're unconscious. You're bleeding out. So unless you get healed somewhat, that bleed amount is going to kill you. You're going to bleed out next round. And it will kill you. Unless you get healed or somebody steps in to help you out. That was a heck of a hit. All right, Bjorn, you are still dazed. This was your last days. Now you come back and you see that Lama has fallen into the water, and her head is underneath the water too. Oh wait, she's enlarged. So how tall are you? 12 feet? But laying backwards, yeah, your head would still be under the water. Yeah, so your head's under the water too. Okay. Lama, you're up. I mean.
No, you're not.
Well, what I'm saying, I guess you could try to self-stabilize. It wouldn't stop the bleeding.
We just came back last. We missed everything other than what's your constitution?
Oh, okay. So your constitution is 17, which means that the moment when you go to -18, that's when your character dies.
Okay.
Here's the thing: you're at -4 now. Now, under normal circumstances, you would make a constitution check each round to try and sort of self-stabilize and stop losing hit points.
It's kind of irrelevant right now.
It's kind of irrelevant right now because you've got 16 points of bleed on you, which means the next round, unless that bleeding gets.
But I have more than 16 points of bleed because you said I had 30 in hit points. That would mean 31 in bleed. So the next round.
No. The bleed is sectioned off, so it's 7, 10, 16 for those hits. So you got 16 points of bleed stacked on you right now. And that's still bleeding, and that will continue until you have some sort of magical healing or some other thing.
So my next round, I'll bleed out because 16 plus the -4.
Unless healed, you will bleed out next round.
Okay. All right.
And you are also unconscious and under the water.
Les, can Beltran see her?
He certainly saw where she
Oh, yeah,
went
I saw
down.
that happen. I'm like 10 feet away from her.
He probably can't.
I'm up above her.
Yeah, he's up above. He's like 20 feet above.
But I
That
definitely
boulder.
saw her take a.
That boulder's just a little bit above the water. It's mostly submerged. The boulder is.
Hey, Les, is that pool all of lanacane, which is a coagulant?
It is not, sadly. It is not a coagulant pool.
I can tell you one thing that pool is, and that would be red right now.
It's probably turning red. She's losing a lot of blood.
Orcs have green blood?
No, orcs have regular red blood, don't they?
It depends on the game, I guess.
That's true. All right, so she's Lama down from a nasty hit from the chitin. Now, Bjorn, she turns her attention to you for next round. So that being the case, Lama, you are unconscious. I don't know that it makes a difference for you to go ahead and, I mean, you can roll the con if you want. It's not going to change anything.
What happens with drowning when you're underwater?
It takes a long time. It's like rounds equivalent to like twice. If you're wait a second. If you're unconscious, it's different.
Well, I'm -4, so that kind of counts for unconscious.
You're definitely unconscious. So hold on. Let me. That's a good question. Environmental.
If you unconscious till -10. Is it a 0? You go unconscious?
At 0, you go unconscious. Yeah.
She's a barbarian. I thought barbarians had.
Oh,
yeah, that's
and
right.
she's got orc ferocity, which means you get an attack before you go unconscious. Hold everything. That's right. I'm glad you brought that up. So yeah, as
Per
orc,
day,
orc
when you blow 0 but not killed, you can fight one more round if disabled. At the end of your next turn, while unconscious, unless you're brought back up.
right. So yeah, so you get your turn essentially. You get another round before you pass out. Now you are bleeding out all over the place. Everybody can see this. I mean, the rest of you are shocked that these. I mean, this chiton just went to her and it was like, and was just like cutting her. The sister was just cutting you to pieces. And
No, it's right. I'm supposed to do that now, right, Les?
it's your turn. Yeah.
That hit her.
27 is a hit. Uh, 15 is not a hit. Uh, 21 points of damage. Okay. She's still up. She's hurt. She's hurt bad. And then at that point, you see Llama sort of like rear back. She slashes at her. You hear the thing hiss at Llama, and Llama falls backwards into the water with a great splash, sploosh, and blood is just pooling out everywhere. She's bleeding out underwater. Now, let me check the drowning rule. Water drowning. Okay, here we go.
No.
Unconscious characters must begin making constitution checks immediately upon being submerged. Once you fail a con check, you immediately drop to -1 or lose an additional hit point. On the following round, you drown. So it's not, you're going to bleed out before you get a chance to drown. If that's any consolation to you.
Orc blood is red. That feels better.
All right, so that was Llama's turn. The bat is going to seeing that Llama is not in fighting strength anymore. The bat is going to actually fly over to Beltran and try and bite him. So let's do that. Bat attack. 12's hit.
A couple of pictures.
Nibble damage.
I'm going to assume that a 12 does not hit Beltran.
Macros.
I don't know. I'll let you figure that out on your own.
You're shaming me, Les. Macros before I did it.
I put these together. So I put a couple of these together just for this.
You're shaming me.
They're awesome. All right. Second, only remaining Scoom who is not fascinated is going to Beltran's closest. He's going to throw that trident at Beltran. All right. Scoom attacks you with this trident. 16. I'm going to say it's probably not a hit either, Mike, is it?
No.
Okay. So he misses. Ta-ting! And it goes splashing over behind you.
So he's going to call down, you guys suck.
You guys suck. They do. They're not great. They're foot soldiers. All right. Fiat, you're up. Now, last 2 rounds, you threw 2 boulders at the creature in the rear, either the priest or whatever that tentacle creature was over there. You threw that over there and hit it both times. So you're not entirely sure in what condition it's in. Oh shit. Did I sort of stop there for a second? All right. So you threw boulder twice over there. You hit it both times. You're not really sure what condition it's in. But it's in some sort of condition.
Okay. Can you folks hear me?
Yep, I can.
Great, cool. Okay. I gotta either help Llama. Thing is, I have no magic or healing spells. I do have 1 potion of cure light wounds. If I got that potion over to Llama, would that save her?
So here's the problem. She's fully
If
unconscious.
she wasn't underwater, you could kind of force feed it to her, but with her underwater, you'd have to prop her head up above water.
And she's enlarged, which
And
means
she's huge right now.
Yeah, she might.
Her head's
not be able to
her
lift
head's
her.
bigger than you are right now.
Okay. I'm 3.5 feet tall, so I can't even stand on the floor of the pool.
Of the pool.
Right. Okay. Shit. Damn. Could I use the boulder in some way to brace her? I don't know. Shit. I mean,
She's lying down on the other side of that boulder in the water. So she's fully submerged.
gotcha. All right. Well, okay.
Let's just say you've got a pretty confident looking healer floating above you.
All right, cool. Then I want to take another shot at the mean lady in the corner there who just slugged my friend Lemma. I've got a sling.
Okay, but you're out of boulder bullets now.
Correct.
Sadly, I've got half of mine just to let you have a couple more of those just for fun.
Well, then let him.
No. You know, I mean, those I kept nearly flattening members of my own team. So, but I do have I do have just some plain old sling bullets, and I got my masterwork staff. So let me try again. With my staff, it says here that I'm ranged plus 10, 1 d6, crit is times 3.
Okay.
And the range is 80 feet.
Yeah, so you're well in range. Do you have precise shot
Let me
as a
check.
feat?
Precise shot as a feat.
Yeah, otherwise it's -4.
Yeah, otherwise it's -4 because you're shooting into
shot.
melee there.
I do not see that here.
Okay.
I have avid reader.
Okay. No, so you don't have precise shot. So you're at your range attack is plus 10,
Yes, sir.
but because you're shooting the melee, you have to take 4 off of that, so you're at plus 6
Okay.
to hit. So
All right.
that is what you roll.
Okay, so d20 plus 6.
Yep.
Gotcha. Hang on a minute. Let me find that here. And 18.
That's a heck of a shot, but 24 is not enough. So
Really?
that's a miss. Ding! The bullet goes
Dang.
spanging off of the stone wall underneath there.
Son of a gun. Wow.
Do you want to move at all, or
Where is the nearest schoon who's not charmed?
that's this one right here?
Wait, sorry. Wait, hold on.
It's not. For some reason, it's not going off. Hold on a second.
Okay.
My roll 20 is being very slow and pokey. I don't know why. What in tarnation? My internet is very slow right now. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, your internet's fine because video would be the first thing to go.
Is it the schoon that's just south of the boulder next
Yes,
to
it is. I'm trying to click on that guy and it just will not let me. I don't know why.
There. That worked now. All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, so what I will do is I'm gonna move just south of Eltran. Right
Well,
here.
so here's the problem. That the water there is.
the water is shit.
Yeah, it's that whole area is filled with water. I mean, theoretically, you could use an acrobatics check to jump on one of those. So you see those little areas where there's like what look like rocks.
Yeah.
Those are stones that are sort of coming out of the water itself. So
Okay.
theoretically, with an acrobatics check, you could jump to one of those and stand on it and be above the water. But if you go into the water itself, it'll be
Right.
above your head.
You know what? I keep forgetting that I'm in 5 feet of water.
Yep.
So somebody threw me in the deep end. Okay. What I'll do then, I want to stand on top of a rock. So
So I would need you to make an acrobatics check. Do you know what your acrobatics skill
Yes, sir,
amount is?
I do. Acrobatic plus 14.
Plus 14. Okay, so roll then a d20 plus 14
Coming up.
to
Let's see.
see if you able to jump out. Well, so are you jumping onto the one right very close to you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Plus 14. Let me just do that real fast. All right, and boom. Okay.
So what'd you roll? Because my my roll 20 is crashing like a big dog.
Ooh, 27.
27? Okay, yeah, you have no problem. You jump across there, and you land on that rock. Here's part of the problem, though, is you manage to jump in front of a Scoom who was trying to watch Phineas.
Oh.
So because of that, he's going to get a second will save against Phineas's fascination as soon as I can get to a point where I can actually roll a dice again, because everything is shutting down here. And I don't know why. So hold on just a second. Let me
You know, I should have thought about that. Damn it. Ugh. I should have just stayed put.
I think my Chrome just died. So what do you guys see
We see
in the share?
We see. I see the usual landscape.
Okay.
Yeah, but it appears to be frozen.
Okay. My Chrome just completely shut down. So hold on. Uno momento. Everything is going to crap here. Probably because I have 75 things open. Come on, for fuck's sake. All right, talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I have to do a couple of things.
Okay.
Thus, this wouldn't be because I'm watching, would it?
No.
Okay.
This has to do with my I don't know, probably my garbage internet connection and
Gotcha.
a couple of processes.
This has
I
to
can
do with the
still-
fact
I
that
can
he's
roll
got.
for you if you want.
This
Nope,
has
Tom,
to do
you
with the
stay.
fact that he's got 275 tabs open right now.
Yeah.
Might have something to do with it. And I use Chrome, which makes it that much more resource intensive. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Say my view hasn't changed. It's all crystal clear on both.
Yeah,
screens.
everything's good here.
So it seems like maybe what locked up for you was roll 20 only.
Well, it shut down all my Chrome. So, I mean, I had like 3 different sets of Chrome tabs open. So,
Okay.
which probably was not helping a damn thing. But now I can't even programs. It's not even letting me do that.
Well, we
So
can see you and hear you.
Do you see my video moving? Am I moving in my video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Or
Nah, not anymore.
now it's like a still shot.
Now, Gordon and Jen
Effect.
texted a while ago or messaged a while ago that they couldn't hear anything.
Wow.
You need to log out and log back on?
Maybe so.
Our DM is but a memory.
Yeah, he's frozen now.
Like the Tin Man. Oh, now he's left us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's out. So can he jump back in, or do you
Yeah.
have to get his invite?
Oh, he should be able to enter
I
back
think you
in.
can jump
the
back
meeting.
in.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I know. You gonna join B team?
No, I'm just
Just
testing this out because Les and I got something possibly happening for their coronavirus guys.
gotcha.
Hey, this looks like an absolute hoot. Looks like you guys have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Or who?
Just out of curiosity, Mike, did you aim your camera that way on purpose
What's that?
so that it catches you just below your nose and you look like Kilroy was here?
If I go just like this,
Yeah, no. No matter what you do, you have no.
you know what? I've got kids, and yeah, I just as long as I can see my face in there, it's kind of what I look for. And here,
Well, he's trying to emulate Flatfoot. That's all.
this is probably the more closer what it's usually set at.
That's a Rush or Bush, Mike, behind you.
That's a what?
Rush or Bush?
Oh, you mean right there?
Yeah, in your on your desk?
That's all my rush stuff.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, pretty sad. Neil Peart passed away, huh?
Oh my gosh, that crushed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd been suffering from a couple different things over the past 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first big boy concert I went to. Was Rory Gallagher opening for Rush.
Cool.
Wow.
Cool.
I think it was my second. My first one was Def Leppard and oh my gosh, oh my gosh, Tesla. That's it.
Tesla.
But yeah, then my second one was Rush.
My first was Frank Zappa at Keel Auditorium.
There you go. Yeah,
Yes.
Keel.
Yeah, Keel is where mine were.
Yeah, I saw Rush at the old barn at
Yeah, I saw Rush.
Checkerdome.
Yeah, it was at, I think, Power Windows.
Subdivisions was there too. I don't know. That was probably sooner. I'm not sure. No, Power Windows is older, isn't it?
Well, I don't mean to date myself. Not in front of a camera, anyway. Yeah, it was not great. It was that the old arena was not always the best venue. I think I got stuck behind some girder.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of those. Oh yeah, I remember walking in Rory Gallagher and literally your shirt is tugging behind you because the amps were just pushing out that much sound. You're like you're instantly deaf.
Oh yeah, Deep Purple.
Oh, now that would be
ears ringing for days. Perfect Strangers tour.
So as soon as my turn comes up, which is next, I'm thinking I'm just gonna burst. Oh, here he is.
I'm back. You guys hear me?
Yes.
We're just saying what a great guy you are.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. You know,
And all the artifacts we just found.
Okay. What? No, that can't be right. I would never do that. Sorry about that. My computer crashed like it was a bodily function.
Oh, it's aging too.
So I will have everything back to normal here momentarily. Continue to talk amongst yourselves.
Well, we would, but you're here.
You're here.
Right. We can't plot to overthrow the DM if you're here.
That's funny.
I can't hear you guys. You can talk whatever. You can say whatever you like. Can't hear.
Did Gordon and Jen finally reestablish audio or no?
It's spotty, but we're here, sort of.
Oh, I hear you.
You guys all.
I hear you.
Don't see a picture, just see names.
Yeah, I got to turn the video off because that makes it really bad.
Oh, does it?
Gives them better audio.
I sound better when you can't see me too.
Hold on.
And Gordon, did you do that in the settings that turned off the video?
Oh, there's a little thing, start and stop video on the bottom bar.
Yeah, bottom left.
Take your mouse and
gotcha.
scroll it down,
Okay.
it'll lift up and you can see it. Or it's there if you're in.
Oh, I
right?
see it. I see it. Yeah, when you move your cursor. Okay.
So, like, before I pick my nose, I always turn the video off.
Well, that's smart. Well, see, that's why we figured your camera was cutting you off at the nose.
That's it. That's
So you
fine.
can, be low.
Right down here, you can't tell.
There you go. Yeah, you can be digging for gold.
All right, so before I was so rudely ejected from the internet, I forgot what the hell. Oh,
denial of service attack on you.
Fiat just stopped. Here, just finished his turn.
Fiat jumped over to the stone that was sticking out of the water, but he got into the visual view of the Scoom, one of the Scooms who was watching Phineas. So because of this, that Scoom is going to get a new will save against the Fascinate. So I need to know what was the DC of that
19.
Fascinate?
I'm pretty sure it was 34.
19. And their will is +3. So that's not great. So let's just see what happens there. Oh, look at that! Natural 19. So he's like, what? Why have I been watching this lawyer dance to the theme from Shaft? So he's like, And he sees Fatfoot, and when his turn comes around, he may be poking some hobbit with a trident. In the meantime, it is Beltran's turn. Beltran, I'm assuming you're going to attack the bat?
No, I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
You're out. You're
I'm
just
done
like,
with
I'm
this.
done.
Great.
I am going to burst.
Now, does bursting provoke? Because the bat's right there, and
No,
the scoom is right there.
no, it doesn't.
Are we sure about that?
Yep.
He's up in the air anyway with the scoop.
The bat's right next to. Actually, they're all right next to me.
Well, but you're in the air, so the bat's really the only one in a position
Yeah.
to really do it.
Nope.
It does not provoke.
A burst does not provoke.
Okay, all right.
The casting a spell does, unless you've got the feat that, or the thing that I got for being an oracle that makes it to where my heals do not provoke attacks of opportunity. But normally, casting a spell does too,
Okay,
but not the burst.
not the burst. All right. So, did you pull some people off that you are not helping?
Yes, I'm not helping this bat. I'm not helping the dark chick, and I'm not helping this guy right here.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. At
But
20, so
Fiat,
23 points.
Fiat, you're healed to max again.
Thank you.
And Lama, who was at -4, comes awake with a start. You are now at 19 hit points, but you
And
are
underwater.
you are prone and underwater. So you open your eyes and you start coughing immediately because you're taking a big lungful of this garbage water that you're basically laying down in. So when your turn comes over, you would have to get up, which might provoke an attack of opportunity. Beltran, you going to move at all?
Nope.
Okay.
She'll be dead by then.
Beltran, Fiat, what are you looking at? You just shot at the woman in the black, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, they're all attacking. Beltran, you're looking at where Lama is,
I'm
right?
looking this direction, yes.
Okay, so because of that, give me a quick perception check.
Me?
Beltran,
Okay.
29. All right, you see the succubus pop up out of the water over there by the thing and sort of leap up and over onto this thing on those stairs. Now she's on her hands and knees and she's sort of crawling, so she's got cover, but she's crawling forward up the stairs.
How many hit points does she have left? Like
I'm gonna yell out. The
Not a ton.
succubus is crawling up the stairs over there.
All right, he's gonna do that. Hold on a second. Okay, all right, so he's going to do that. Let me just roll that real quick. And that is plus... Ooh, okay, that's good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oop. All right, cool. All right. Okay, that's me. Phineas, you are up again. You are still rocking. This is according to my calculations. This would be now your 7th round in which you are keeping these guys fascinated. Now, you lost one, and he looked like he's going to stab Fiat, but you still got 2.
We need to talk about that because it's a feat. So can't I do a Pete Townsend windmill power chord and get that guy's attention again?
Well, to do that, you would have to focus your attention on him, and that would break the connection with the other two. You can do that. What it would do, it would prompt all of them would have to make new saving throws at that point. Now, if they all fail again, then you'd have all 3 of them back. Right now, you've still got 2. One has broken loose. It's your call. I mean, if you break off, you basically start from scratch, and they'll all 3 have to make saving throws. But they are making fresh saving throws, and they can be captured in your fascinate. And it's pretty tough. They have to get a 16 or better, a natty 16 or better. Each of them do to avoid the fascinating the fascination effect, which is not easy. It's like an 80% chance of you getting each one.
So I'm going to use message and say, guys, I can either try to hit a power chord or I can do alter self. And since I still speak their language, I can make myself look like the succubus and say, get the imposter over there. What do you think?
You got 2 out of 3, which is huge.
I
Well,
say
I
do
want
the
3 out
power
of 3.
Then do
Power
power
chord.
chord.
Power chord.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go for the windmill power chord. And
Power chord? All right. So you're going to break off and try and fascinate everybody again.
Yep.
So here's the secondary problem. You only have partial line of sight. I guess he can still see you. So okay, it's not a problem with Fiat there. And Fiat's not attacking him. Are you, Fiat?
Oh no.
Okay. So you're just like jumping across there. All right. So I have to make 3 will saves. All right, here we go. First one, we'll go to the north, the one by Fiat. We'll go north to south, just like we did before. First one. Oh, he made it.
Damn.
So he's still out.
Damn.
Middle one. Fascinated. Lower one. Fascinated. So, yeah, basically, you tried the power chord. You ended up right where you were before. 2 fascinated, 1 not.
No guts, no glory.
Yeah, it was a bold move for a lawyer.
Nice try.
Yep. All right. So that's you. You can move a little bit if you want to.
I'm wiggling.
All right. Okay. All right. Keep on wiggling. John Heil.
Same thing. I'm going to do a full attack on the.
Okay.
Whatever that.
Hello?
Hello.
Did we lose them? They said their internet was coming in and out.
No, I haven't seen anything roll yet.
Okay.
I haven't either.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm guessing we lost him.
Yep, I think we did. Boy, the internet is a little fucky tonight, isn't it?
Well, I guess everybody's having their Easter Mass and Passover Seder tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot
A
about
lot of
that.
bandwidth there.
Happy Passover to you, Andrew. All right, so do we skip John? Because then it's her turn. So we're in a bit of a
I say we
quandary.
wait.
So we wait? Okay.
No,
All
I
right.
think we just assume he kills her because he's got 3 attacks. He's a big bad guy.
He hasn't laid a finger on her yet.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think he's hit her.
I think that's fake news. I think we just assume he killed her. We assume he killed her. It'll be huge. It'll be great. It'll be better than any death ever.
You know what happens when we assume? Oh, look, now Tom's rolling for it. He rolled a 20, too.
We'll take that.
I rolled for Gordon. There you go.
No, you can't do that.
See, he just clobbered him.
No way. So,
Unless I'm back.
Oh, there you
There
go.
we
Okay.
go.
We waited for you because otherwise it would have been her turn. And Bjorn feels very strongly that you're gonna finish for this round. Honestly, I don't know that. Oh shit.
Oh, there's a possible crit.
There's
I'm seeing
2 possible crits.
Yeah.
1.
I'm seeing one hit with claw. That's right. Is it 25 misses?
Oh yeah, one will be. So how many? You get 4 attacks, or are these? Are you double jumping a little bit?
I rolled to confirm the crit because I rolled a 25 to hit first, which
Okay, that's a miss.
Then I rolled a 20, which is a crit.
That's a crit. It's a hit, potential crit.
I did not confirm with a 17, and then I rolled a fumble, and then I rolled to confirm, and I rolled a 20 again.
So not a fumble. So yeah, so you did hit, not a crit, but exploding dice.
Okay, and that was with a claw. So I do 3. Let's see here. So let me roll these. Is she immune to acid by chance?
She's not immune to acid.
Okay, so let me roll 2d6 plus 4. So that's regular damage, and then I get a D6 of bleed.
Okay.
You also get an additional D6 for exploding dice.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. You get another D6. He's right. Absolutely right. So
Okay.
18, 23 points of damage. So you managed to sort of like get her. She's looking the other way, because she's sort of enjoying the fact that she had cut Llama down, and you managed to get in there and just get her and claw open her belly. She falls backwards against the stone, and this pale white sort of internal guts start to pour out down the front of her sort of like armored trousers that she's wearing, this black leather, and it's just sort of, she kind of like, those empty eye sockets, she looks at you, and then she falls backwards so that she's sort of like sitting against the wall as this whitish entrails and goo is falling out of this immense tear in her abdomen that you've managed to do. So she slides backward, and now she's sitting on the plinth, and she's sort of like with her back of there, and her you can hear her the splash of her two sickles as they fall into the water as she lets go, and she looks like she's unconscious.
It's a free action. I yell to the succubus, "Your sister didn't help."
From over there, she's like, you hear the sound of the sister like, "Wah, you fire!" That kind of thing. She's angry, and she is. You see her like stand up. So now she's standing up over there and looking right at John Heil with murder in her heart. You can see those red eyes flashing at John Heil. Bjorn, you're up.
Okay, so this wall, she's on that plinth, so she's not actually in the way of the wall now that she's slumped down, correct?
Correct. Well, she sort of slumped down with her back up against the wall, sort of like...
But it makes my first step not difficult terrain?
No, the second step would be, though. Well, no, she's not on the wall. She's just sort of leaning up against it.
Right, that's what I mean. She slumped down because she's fallen.
Right.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Okay.
Actually, hang on.
All right. How are you moving 40?
It's a double move. I'm not attacking.
Okay.
I'm not attacking. It's just a double move. My move's 20. So with a double move and no impaired squares, I can get in her face.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are killing my OCD. Why don't you put both of them in a square?
I didn't do it. That was him.
I know.
If he puts her
Les
in a
loves
square,
doing that.
I'll get in a square. It'll all be good.
Don't be such a baby. There. You happier now?
Much.
All right, hold on. I got to take this thing off. So she is not affected by mocking laughter anymore, but she is not in great shape. So, all right. So, all right. That's it for Bjorn. Lama. So you are underwater right now, but you're coughing and choking on this water, which is filled with blood. So you've swallowed a lot of it, and
So you get some of your blood back.
Yeah, you might get a little blood back. But I'm assuming that you sit up, your head comes out of the water, and you're just like coughing as all this water is kind of like coming out of you're expelling all this water. But you are seated, essentially prone from a condition standpoint.
But I can take a move action to stand up, right?
You can, but you would.
If I do, am I going to provoke?
From the scoom, yeah.
That's all right. He just threw his weapon in his hand at me, so.
He's got claws and bite.
Can I do a retreat backwards up into the lap?
Just go ahead and stand up. To crawl away provokes an attack, so there's pretty much no way you're getting up without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, take another attack doesn't sound very fine. But if I just sit there with my head out of the water, I'm fine. That doesn't seem very long.
Well, no, not necessarily fine. I mean, he'll see you. He sees you.
He's going to stand up.
You got to assume your head is the size of a beach ball right now.
Can I, if that's just one round to stand up, one action to stand up, can I attack with the other?
You can attack while sitting down. I'm sure there's a penalty, but you can attack while just sitting there and there's no attack of opportunity.
Can I, Les?
Well, yeah. Attacking. I don't know if you can attack while you're prone.
Hey,
Theoretically,
Lambda, do you
one of
have extended reach because you're a giant?
Yeah. Oh, I can hit it.
Well, I'm
You'll
just saying
still-
you get attack of opportunity if he comes to attack you too.
Well, he's standing right there too. So I mean, they're both within range of each other. He was attacking her anyway beforehand. So I don't know that it does you any good. I think Mike's got the heart of it. I don't know that it does you any good to stay seated. If all you're
So
trying to do is avoid an attack of opportunity from the scooms, I'll point out that at this point, none of these scooms have hit anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to attack while sitting down, it's a -4 to your swing.
It's -4.
But then I did both swings, so I could take both attacks.
You could technically get a full attack with the -4s while sitting there.
I think I'm just going to stand up. I think she's raging and she would stand up. I don't think she'd sit and fight. I just don't think that's true to her character.
Yep.
All right.
So-
I'm going to try and bite you. 16 to hit.
Nope.
See? All right. The scooms continue their unbroken streak of not hitting shit. Ooh, but 27 will hit. Are you hitting the scoom?
Yep.
Okay. So that will hit the scoom.
Wow.
Oh, minimum damage. That's gotta hurt. You're probably it's because you're coughing. You're still coughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you're still coughing, and it just you did hit him though, and he sort of staggers backward, trying to avoid the shot. The dire bat is gonna try again to bite Beltran because he loves doing that. So 19 to hit.
Lester, I have to take my 16 points of damage.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. I took the 14 points off of him. Is that what you meant?
No, from me.
No, you don't have bleed because you were magically.
Oh,
You were
that was
magically healed. Bleed's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So 19 does not hit you.
Correct.
So you do not take the nibble damage. Okay. Scoom is gonna do claw bite. Hold on a second. Let me do this real quick. Save those changes. All right, he's going to do essentially a full attack on you, Lama, which in this case, because he has thrown 2 tridents and does not have another one, is a claw bite attack. And here it comes. So the first claw is an 18, and the second claw is an 11. Either of those hit you?
What?
So skip the 16 because that's the trident attack. He rolled first claw. First claw is 18. Second claw is 11. And then he tried to bite you, but fumbled. So I'm going to go ahead and just click this again. And the bite will be the bite number will be the confirm or deny. Oops, I hit the wrong one. Sorry about that. All right, bite. 14 hit you?
No.
That's a confirmed fumble.
If you fumble a bite, does that mean he loses his dentures?
He bites his tongue.
Well, it's a fumbled natural attack. So we'll see. Something bad's going to happen, as it always seems to when people fight Lama. So fumbled natural. I don't know how this works, but I like it. Fist meets face. The attack hits you instead and is a critical hit. You must roll to determine the severity. So in this case,
that wasn't very nice.
That wasn't very nice at all. So here we go. Deep wound, max damage plus bonus, and nauseated. So he bit through his own tongue and swallowed it.
Ew.
So max damage from. Hold on a second. This is crazy. So max damage from max damage is 8 plus bonus damage, which I have to roll, which will be 2 plus 2 is 4, so 12 points of damage, and he is nauseated for a round as he's trying to spit up his own tongue. How much did I do? Max is 8 plus 4, 12. Okay. All right. Solid fumble on that guy's part. The other Scoom, who is now not fascinated, is actually going to attempt to trident Fiat.
He's fascinated with Fiat.
He's fascinated with Fiat. With 14 will hit you, Fiat? No.
My AC is 16.
16. All right, so he misses you with the trident as you dodge slightly sideways, which is good because it would have been max damage. Excuse me. All right, so that's him. Fiat, it's your turn.
Okay. I want to do something kind of tricky. My problem is I'm a 3.5-foot hobbit standing above a 5-foot pool. I want to get toward the stairs over there where my good pal Bjorn is.
Okay.
I got a plan to get there. Beltran, I'm going to leap on your shoulders.
Beltran is 20 feet high in the air.
Yeah,
He's up
Really?
by the ceiling. I don't know that you can get there.
pretty high up there, yeah.
How did you get up there?
He's levitating. He's been levitating the whole time you guys are down here.
Oh my God. All right. Shit. All
That's how I got you and I down here.
right. Got it. All right.
Well, besides the fall.
All right.
Ah, sploosh.
Well, I probably can't go toe to toe with this Scoon.
Just take the attack of opportunity and run on the wall. Eric, it shouldn't be. I mean, these things don't have a very good hit.
Wait. Okay. I just realized that the wall is there. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just not totally certain about the map here. Can I jump back north on to the wall and then
Absolutely.
run? All right. Cool.
Yeah, so you would basically use one movement to jump, and then you would have a second move action that you could use to run along the wall.
Cool. I would like to do that, and I want to run east. So,
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll the acrobatics check to see if you
Gotcha.
get across onto the wall. Shouldn't be a big deal. I think with your acrobatics, yeah, you do it, no problem. So
Great.
you jump back over off of that thing, and the
Yes.
does that provoke?
Moving past him would.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're going to go east, you will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. But
It's like I mentioned the Llama. These guys haven't hit shit all day, so.
all right. You know what? I want to run east.
All right. Go ahead. So what's your speed? It's 20?
20. I don't want the speed. 20 feet.
20 feet. All right. So you can move 4 squares, and I will go ahead and do the trident attack of opportunity.
2, 3, 4.
Ooh, 17. You mentioned earlier that your AC is 16.
I'm hit.
He got you. 7 points. Piercing damage as a trident stabs you as you run past.
Okay. Should I adjust my HP?
Yep, please.
Okay. Let's see. 15.
All right.
Okay.
That's Fiat heading the
Ow.
way.
Unless you just went to really far away.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. I was biting my thumb, and this was in the way. Okay, so
Are you biting your thumb at us?
I bite my thigh on you. All right, so that's Fiat. He's moving across there, doing his thing. Beltran, you are up. What? Hold on just a second. What's up? I don't think we have any.
Are you sure you don't have white spray paint outside?
Ask your mother. Sorry. All right. All right, Beltran, what are you doing?
This fight's been going on for a while.
It has been.
I was looking at my spells. I am going to use my last 4th level spell
Okay.
and cast Blessing of Fervor.
Ooh.
Nice.
So everyone gets it.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't remember, it's either add 30 to your speed. You can stand up with no attack of opportunity, which would have been nice last round for
Yeah, I thought
Lana.
about that. Yeah.
Or you get 1 extra attack as part of a full round action, or you get +2 to your attacks and ACs.
It's really a terrible spell. I don't like it at all, and you guys probably shouldn't use it.
So we should resist it.
You should resist. Yeah, you should try it. Fortitude
Maybe
negates.
true. I don't want to do this.
Don't let that crazy cleric cast spells on you like this. Who do you think you are? Stand up on your own 2 feet. But yes, Blessing of Fervor is frankly an excellent spell, and it is a huge pain in my butt. For those of you who want to look it up, it's right there.
This
And-
pretty much makes Llama as badass as she can possibly be.
Yes, and I'm going to take a 5-foot, not
Five-foot
really
scooch?
step, a 5-foot push along the ceiling
Mm-hmm.
to right there.
Okay. All right.
The bat gets an attack of opportunity because wasn't a heal spell.
Oh, yeah, he does, doesn't he? All
I
right.
forgot to say I was doing it defensively.
18 to hit.
No,
I'm never going to get any nibble damage on you.
that's a big nibble.
It is a solid. It's a dire bat, so they're nothing to sneeze at. All right, the succubus is angered, and she has the armored form of Bjorn directly in front of her, upon which she is going to rain blows, or instead, she's going to try to dominate him.
Protection from evil.
Like everyone in this party has protection from evil.
I hate you guys.
So she tries and fails, and now it's my turn.
Now wait a second. I would know that. I'm not doing it.
Hello, pretty.
She actually knew that from up top because she was trying to dominate people, and I was.
Yeah.
Me and at the time Snapper was there too, and we were hitting people with protection from evil, so that couldn't happen.
She doesn't have any hit points anyway. She's technically dead.
That doesn't mean she knew she couldn't do it because of protection from evil. She might have just thought she failed.
You think Charm
It
Monster
could have
would work
been.
on him?
What's that?
You think Charm Monster would work on Bjorn? Feels like it would.
I will gallantly, as a gentleman, allow her the opportunity to just leap upon my sword if she'd like to take that opportunity.
She considers it briefly. No, you know what? She is going to teleport away, but that will provoke. So go ahead and take your shot.
Okay,
How many
so
hit points does she have?
it'll just be the first one.
Okay.
27.
She doesn't have much. Oh, shoot. 27 might be enough. Yeah, you hit her.
15 points of damage.
All right, your sword buries into her, and it goes through like what would be her collarbone and into her thing, and you see her eyes sort of like claw back, and her eyes widen, and she disappears. So you're not sure if you killed her before she got the spell off, or the spell went off at the exact moment that you struck her, but you hit her hard, and you figured that might have been a killing blow, but she's not there anymore either.
Yeah.
You look around, she's not gone.
Did he lose half his sword?
Did he lose half? No, the sword is still in his hand. All right.
Hey, knock it off, Tom.
Well, I was going to say, if you kept your sword, then she wouldn't be able to dimensionally go anyplace.
Hey, whose side are you on, buddy? Come on.
He's on the side of.
You're going to get put in the same category as Don. You keep that up.
Well, Spoon Warrior is my hero.
Spoon War.
Oh, I'm going to kill that dude.
Like Spoon War, then he'll have a spine.
Huge fan of the spoon. All right, so he is going to do. What is he going to do? I know what he's going to do. He's got to find him. There he is. All right, he is going to do that. Hold on a sec. Okay. We're back at the top of the order. Phineas.
Well, I think it's time to continue the entertaining. And I have to tell you that they wrote and played some of their songs. So it's time to cast Mad Monkeys because
What?
it will affect all 3 of these scooms.
Wait a second. All right, hold on. Mad Monkeys.
You want me to read it to you?
No, I'm getting there. Hold
You
on.
summon a swarm of screeching, mischievous monkeys. The swarm understands and obeys your commands and has the statistics of a monkey swarm. Creatures failing a saving throw against the Mad Monkey's distraction attack are deafened for 1 minute as well as nauseated. The monkeys attempt 1 disarm or steal combat maneuver. Each turn is a free action against any creature that begins its turn against the swarm using your caster level plus your casting ability, blah, 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 blah.
All right. So fascination is turned off, and now you are getting a 10-foot by 10-foot monkey swarm.
No, it's not a 10-foot by 10-foot. It's 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels.
That is the range. That's how far you can cast it, not how big it is when it lands. That's the range. So I check it out. The monkey swarm is a monkey. Hold on a second. It is space 10 feet, reach 0. So it is a 10-foot, essentially a 10-foot by 10-foot swarm with swarm, traits, which means it does automatic damage to creatures that are in the swarm. Do you still want to do it?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna try to recapture all 3 of those scooms' attention with Fascinate.
You're gonna do another Townsend-like maneuver?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. How often can you do Fascinate?
It's a feat.
Yeah, I can do it as long as I want.
All right, let's try it. All right, here we go. He's trying to recapture. Everybody's looking.
Would it get the bat too?
No, he can only do 3 creatures.
Yeah.
And the scooms are all looking at him. All right, northerly scoom. Still okay. Middle. Ooh, almost. Lower. Same as before. The northerly scoom is still unfascinated. He's done with you. And the other 2 continue to watch as you do those Pete Townsend harangues on your I don't know, whatever, your loot, I guess. All right, John Heil.
Let me change my blessing of fervor here to extra attack. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 attacks at plus 10.
What?
That
doesn't seem right at all.
See, and from up on high,
oh,
I
you're
just
attacking
smile.
the scoom. You're attacking the scoom. Hold on a
I
second.
just smile and admire.
Admire his work. All right,
Yeah.
scooms are not that tough. So 16 will hit, 15 will hit, 28 will hit, 25 will hit, 26 will miss. No, I'm kidding. 26 will miss. So all 5 attacks hit on the scoom. This scoom, who's whirling, turning around to go after Fiat, sees you for the first time and is like, oh, there's a fox person there. And suddenly you're up upon him with teeth and claws to his surprise and chagrin.
That's like 10d6 plus like 20 points.
Okay.
Any way he can survive that? You want me to roll it?
Oh, yeah, he can survive it. It's depending on how badly you roll. Yes, I would want you to roll it.
Okay, so let's see. 1. Are they immune to acid?
They are not. Well, no, wait. Let me check. I don't think they are. No, they aren't immune to acid. They resist cold, which is nice. Not really relevant.
Okay, so 8d6 plus 5.
that's a lot.
Then I got 3d6 of bleed. I think I'm gonna miss some there too, but
Sorry, that was not supposed to be done there. Just ignore that. I hit that button on accident.
so 57 points, 11 of which is bleed.
So 57?
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yep.
And 11 bleed. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to mark the bleed here. Minus 57. You're not going to like this. He had 60 hit points. And how much
Yeah,
bleed? 7, did you say? Or 11?
Hang on, I think I missed some. 1, 2, so 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. No, I got it. Okay, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 46. Did I roll 46 for the acid? No, I missed the d6 of acid. So another 1 of acid.
Okay.
Not acid, bleed. So 12 points of bleed and 46 points of regular.
Wow.
Okay, that's 58. Hold on. Minus 1. And then 12 bleed. I'm going to just mark that. He will die next round on your turn if it gets to that, unless he's healed. So, all right. Bjorn, what about you? You think you've killed the succubus. She's certainly not there anymore. She disappeared from right in front of you. Give me a quick perception check. What'd you roll?
15.
15. You look around up there and you do not see that tentacle guy, the one that Fiat rolled 2 boulders over.
Mhm.
You don't see him. You don't see him anywhere up there.
Well, at this point, I have to assume he's under that boulder. Because I saw it hit him and squash
You don't
him.
see any you don't see any tentacles kind of like sticking out of it, like sort of Wicked Witch of the West style.
Yeah. So I don't see anything up there, but there's still battle going on back here. This scoon right here is attacking llama.
Yep.
Do I have
Well,
any...
not right now. Right now, he's vomiting profusely into the water, vomiting blood and whatever it was that he ate.
And his own tongue. Yeah.
And his own tongue, yeah, because he bit his own tongue off trying to bite llama.
If I get back up here on the wall...
Mm-hmm. You can hit him.
Am I close enough?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to get back up here on the wall. Damn it. Sorry, Mike. And then I'm going to take an attack at him. So it'll just be the first one.
Okay.
30.
30 will hit.
For 18 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay, 18 points. Well, that certainly didn't make his mood any better.
Stop hitting llama.
He's like...
No, he doesn't have a tongue. He was more like, oh.
I can't stop. But it's Llama's turn. So Llama, you just saw Bjorn hop up on there, and he just comes down on top of that guy that just tried to bite you. You're sort of right there, and now you're in a position to sort of finish the job if that's something that you want to do on that guy. But you could also hit Beltran, I think. Or Flatfoot. Or Fiat, if you wanted to kill Fiat. I mean, he's been a problem for this party since the start.
Is the boulder submerged?
It's mostly submerged. There's probably maybe a foot of it, a foot and a half of it sticking out. So it's like a curve. It's almost like there's a curved piece coming up out of the water.
When you're enlarged and take a 5-foot step, is that like a 10-foot step?
No, I think it's still a 5-foot step.
It's still a 5-foot step.
Yeah.
So I can't get to the one that's unhurt. I just hate to waste 3 attacks because
You might roll a 1.
I guess I could roll 3 ones. I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy then.
Okay.
You're on the move, yeah.
I'll say thanks, my friend, to Bjorn. Turn.
Nat 20! Let me check.
The first one, it's a nat, and then that's the second. And, well, we'll just start
Okay,
there.
all 3 of those will hit. Let's go ahead and confirm.
I would just do the damage of the first
No,
one
I
because she
confirmed.
might still have a move action after this.
I confirmed the first one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
31 was to confirm the crit.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's a confirmed crit. You want the chart or you want the damage?
What is it? Triple damage?
What weapon are you using?
Not for a
My
My
bastard sword.
bastard sword.
It's double.
I'm gonna do the damage.
Okay. You may have him. He's got 16 points. Yep,
Yeah.
you got him. He goes down in a pile of goo, of blue colored goo, and you see floating on the top of the surface is sort of as he slides beneath the surface of the water, you see floating on top what looks to be a partially chewed frog tongue.
Nice.
And now you still got a move action.
Yep.
So can I go over the boulder?
Just walk around it.
I'm just curious.
Step on it.
So
Well, I mean, you're 6. The water. How deep's the water less? Like 4 feet?
Between 4 and 5 feet.
so I just have my regular move action, and then I'll be ready for the next one. Okay.
So where are you gonna move or no?
Yeah, I'm moving.
Oh, okay.
You just can't see me moving.
There you go. Got it. Now, yeah, you can't overlay him, but yeah, you would be right there.
You know what? That's only 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna go ahead and take my full move action, go down here so Bjorn can get to the other one. I don't know. I don't think he moves as far as I do. So I'll go down to this.
And I don't know that I'll be able to. I mean, the water's only 5 foot deep, and I'm 6'4", but I'm also wearing plate armor, so I don't know going in the water is going to be my good idea.
Oh, okay. And the bat is a bad guy too, right?
Yeah, but he's up near the top. He's continuing to harry Beltran, who's also near the ceiling. So he's
Okay.
high up.
Okay, I'll stay down there. That's
Okay,
where
so you're under the bat.
yeah.
All right, it's the bat's turn, and it is going to try and hopefully do a little nibble on Beltran. This is what the bats do. Ooh, 21.
Nope.
Oh man! All right. Scoom attack on John Heil. He's going to try and trident you after you did such damage to him. Trident attack is an 11. That's going to be a miss.
That's a miss. Yeah.
That's a miss. All right. I don't think the other two.
And then he dies.
well, no, he gets. Well, yeah, he gets that bleed on John Heil's turn, so he's still up and around, but he's filling that water with that blue blood. Fiat, you're up.
Okay. I hesitate to use my sling because there's a big chance I will hit a friend. Can I try to hit that northern schoon?
Sure. I mean, again, you're gonna be in the same position because John Heil's actually fighting with it, so it's kind of you're in the same kind
Just
of
a
space.
-4. You won't unless you fumble. There's no way you're going to hit him.
Okay. All right. You know what? Yeah.
The -4 is you being careful not to hit him.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Cool. I will. I will use my sling staff and lob a stone at that schoon up there.
Okay, you'll be at +6 rather than +10.
Let me see. +10. +6.
Actually,
So,
what's he doing with the blessing of fervor? That could add 2 more if he chooses that option.
That's true. Hold on a second. Blessing of Fervor, you can increase your speed, stand up as a swift, an
For
extra
him, he
attack.
probably just want to add the +2 to attack and AC, or get an extra attack with a full round action.
Yeah, so you could do one of those two. I think that you could either get +2 on a single attack, or you can make 2 shots at no plus.
I'll make just 1 shot.
So you get so you're at +8 then to hit it.
Gotcha. +8. Okay. All right. And 13.
Sorry, what was it? 13?
Yes, sir.
I hate to even admit it, but the Scoom AC is 13. That's a hit.
Oh, really? Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're not super tough
Okay.
from an AC standpoint.
And damage is 1d6. Yeah. Where am I? Okay. 4.
4 points. He killed him. Fiat gets a verb.
The Shire.
All right.
The Shire yells out.
The Shire.
For the Shire.
All right.
Awesome. All right, Beltran.
I'm using the extra attack and gonna go after this bat.
Okay.
So he will get an attack of opportunity, which I'll let him take first.
All right. Ooh, 16 to hit.
Nope.
Max nibble. All right, never mind.
So I'm gonna do these twice, and the second one you just take the first one.
Okay. I don't see it. Did it come up?
I'm hoping I killed him before the fumble.
I don't even see the.
So my first one's a 28 for
It hasn't
12 points of
posted
damage.
yet.
And then, actually, great, because that means that 13
there
will
it
be
is.
my confirmation for the 27.
All right, so 28 will hit. 20 will. Well, let me check the diabat here. Yeah, so 20 will hit, and then confirmation. So you didn't.
27's a natural 20.
That's a nat 20. So all three of those hits. You did not confirm the crit, right?
Well, it's a 13. Does a 13 hit him?
No.
13 is not. Okay, so it's just
3 hits. But you would get exploding damage on the third. So did you have any?
I did not.
Okay,
It
so
was a 7.
or
So
35 points of damage. And you see it spinning out of control as the 3 arrows hit it, pierce it, and it falls sploosh into the water next to Lama. Sploosh, as it falls
when
out of
Lama
the
looks
sky.
up, because I almost hit her with a bat, I say sorry.
It falls. All right. The Scooms are still watching Phineas, and it's his turn. But quiet, except for Phineas, descends over the room. The 2 sisters you think are dead. The bats are dead. The Scooms that Phineas is not doing anything with are still watching him intently. Nothing else seems to be happening in the room. What do you guys do?
As a free action, I call out to Lama, stay right there. And at the end of my turn, I take a 5-foot step to right there. Can you put me on top of the boulder?
Sure. There you go. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I'm just setting up for next round.
All right. Well, Phineas, I'm assuming you're going to keep on rocking in the free world?
What do you guys think? I can cast a bluff or diplomacy and get him to.
Yeah, try to get him to leave so we don't have to kill him. That'd be awesome.
Okay. And let me do a bluff on both of them and say, in their language, you have one choice: leave or die.
Okay.
Good choices.
So I mean, so are you? Well, that's more of like an intimidation as opposed to a bluff.
So he's trying to say, hey, we really don't want to. Our beef was with your leader. We don't want to kill you. Why don't you guys just go ahead and take off? That would be more of a diplomacy or a bluff.
I was thinking after all that concert, it was going to be thank you and good night.
Thank you, good night. And the Scooms will still keep watching and clapping and waiting for him to come back out.
We love you, Undercat.
Lighters up and.
So what do you say to him?
Just-
Andrew, what do you say? And you're saying it in Aboleth, right? Their natural language, the language of the masters, they called it.
So should I use bluff or diplomacy?
What are you better at?
Diplomacy.
Use that one.
Okay. Join us or die.
No, that's a threat.
Hey, we're a rockin' band and we'd love to have you as groupies.
Once again, our party has practiced or studied diplomacy under the mafia, apparently.
Yes. That's how Beltran does his diplomacy.
So you're like, so you stop singing, and suddenly you see these guys kind of looking around, and they're not attacking. They're sort of looking around. I mean, one of them kind of looks around and sees Lama, and he's like, "Whoa," that kind of thing. And you all guys, what they don't see is either of the sisters.
Well, the one's dead over there in the corner, isn't she?
Well, yeah, one's dead over on the corner, sort of slumped over on that plinth over there. So I mean, go ahead and roll your diplomacy check.
Okay, I just say, hey, why don't you join us? Because we know how to party.
21. They say to you, the one of them who's been injured sort of speaks to you and says, we understand that you speak, we understand and respect that you speak the language of the master, and we are saddened that we were told by these creatures that we should defend these stones from you. We will not attack, and if we have your leave, we will descend into the water and leave this place. And then you hear in the same language from over by the statue, over on the easternmost part of the thing.
Yeah.
You hear in Aboleth, and most of you guys will hear this, is like, "You will do no such thing. You will stand and you will fight." And they sort of look backwards, and they look back at you, and they're like, "All right, master, but our orders must be obeyed." And they kind of put their sort of tridents out, and they begin moving forward towards you, Phineas. Wow. Although this one is looking at Lama, and he's kind of like in the back, because Lama's sort of like got the sword in her hand, she's covered in blood, and there's blood in the water everywhere, and he's sort of like defending, but they're coming towards you, Phineas, to maybe attack. John, Heil, what do you do?
Okay, where did that voice come from, Les?
It came from over by the statue, over in the eastern area, over in here somewhere. Give me a perception check.
Got the wrong mouse. Hang on. Perception. Plus 7 of this, so 27.
27. Yeah, you heard it very clearly, but you don't see anything. You don't see anything over there.
Okay, I'm going to take a move action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. Bjorn, I'm going to enlarge you if that's okay, so you can get in the water.
In the water? Wait, what? I don't want to be in the water.
I'm going to enlarge you so you can get in the water. I can clean you afterwards.
Wow.
Wow, that's quite an offer.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, so enlarged person, and I'm going to use the Blessing of Fervor to maximize the time, so basically give it double time.
Okay, so he's going to get enlarged?
Yes, for 10 minutes.
And step out into the water.
Unless I scroll it.
Now, Lama and he are both enlarged. Okay.
That's it.
All right. Bjorn, what are you up to, buddy, with your new enlargement?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15.
God, sorry.
He's thinking about me cleaning him.
Yeah, I'm preoccupied. I'm sorry. It's
so large.
So I'm going to move here, and I'm going to attack this one.
Okay.
So just take the first one. 29 for 16 points of damage.
29 will hit. 16 points of damage. Absolutely. Kaboom. All right. He gets clouded, and he is an unhappy boy. So not in a good place. But yeah, you absolutely hit him. All right. Lama, you see Bjorn come over and clout one of these guys. The other one is sort of looking at you, but you see him advancing on Phineas because Phineas spoke to him in some weird language that you don't understand. You're not sure what he said, but then you heard somebody else speaking. It sounded like the same language, and these guys turned on him and now are sort of, looking to make an attack, it looks like. They look like they're going to try and attack him.
The fun starts now, I say to Bjorn.
I think I have this one's attention.
Yeah, I do. Damn.
29 and 20 are both hits.
And 22.
Also a hit.
Okay, so 6d8 plus 36.
Okay. She thinks she's got the juice to one-shot this guy?
I don't know with those ones.
No, you do. So he had 60 hit points. He goes down in pieces as your sword just cleaves him in twain, and sploosh, all that. Then the water begins to fill up with more of that blue crap as he goes down and sinks below. The pieces sink below the surface.
Llama looks up at Beltran and says, "Feeling much better now."
The Scoom turns on Bjorn and is going to try and stab him. And a 10. Does a 10 hit you?
No.
How about an 11?
No.
Okay, never mind. He misses. Fiat. He looks desperate but determined. Not Fiat, the Scoom. Fiat looks, probably also looks desperate and determined.
I want to go farther along the wall. I want to go near John Heil, and I want to make a perception check, please. So,
Okay, go for it.
Go here, and
That's
then
when Fiat gets next to me. I'm going to say, I think he might be invisible, so watch yourself.
got it. All right, and my perception check. Let me find this thing. Plus 14.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Yes, sir. Let me just get going here. And 4. 18. 18?
Yeah, I mean, you see the two boulders that you threw over there. You see this guy who looks like, I mean, it's a human who's like laying there on the ground, and but he's covered in blood. He doesn't look like he's alive. And then there's like this big sort of rimmed hole around boy, that came out wrong, didn't it? There's like
Phrasing.
sorry. So there's like this tiled area, which there's some sort of hole in it where, but when you first spotted that one guy with the tentacles, he was standing over this man's body and looked like he was doing some sort of ritual next to that thing. What your impression was that it had nothing to do with the large statue in the back, which doesn't seem to be of note here. But you do not, with an 18, you don't see that guy anywhere. You hit him. You hit him twice, only like less than a minute ago. But you don't see him back there.
Okay, got it. I think that's all I can do this turn.
Okay.
All right.
Beltran.
So I am going to move my way over to here via the ceiling and then drop down the 10 feet or so to some this wall.
Oh, okay.
As a move action, and then I'm going to burst.
Yeah.
Healing?
Yes.
18 points of healing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Does that
37.
Does that affect Fiat too?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's standing right next to you.
Everyone except for Phineas gets points back, but Phineas hasn't been hurt, so he's fine.
Beltran,
Phineas hasn't been
I've
touched.
been
Thank
hurt emotionally.
We
Sorry,
all
dude.
have. Yes, it doesn't matter.
We all have.
Now I tell John, hang out 1 second. I'm going to see if I can fix this situation.
All right. As you're saying that, the
Oh.
whole area is now enveloped in darkness,
Shit.
which seems to be centered. Oh God, I can't even say it. It seems to be centered on
Black hole.
the darkness. Seems to be centered on the hole.
Oh God.
Is it oozing darkness?
No, it's regular darkness, but it is magical. It's just
Right.
a dark hole.
Where's
Um,
Mad Sterling?
Just a dark hole.
but yeah, now the whole area is flooded with magical darkness, so you guys cannot see into it.
How about dark vision? Doesn't dark vision cut through it?
Not magical darkness.
Not magical darkness, no.
All right, Phineas, you're watching these guys. They despite your entreaty, and to you when you did your policy, they looked like they were going for it, but that voice came out of nowhere, and it was like, we have to follow orders. We can't disobey. They seemed almost regretful. One's already dead. Lama cut him in pieces, and it looks like Bjorn's ready to chop this guy into a few bite-sized chunks. So.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Llama heads up. I'm gonna toss her a potion of cure moderate.
Okay, range touch attack.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
I don't touch her. No.
No, you're doing a ranged attack. Basically, you're throwing a bottle at her.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with her consent.
Okay, dex check, Lama to catch it. So just give me a roll with your dex bonus. What is your dex bonus, by the way?
There is no dex bonus, Les.
Uh-oh.
What about my dexterity for having great aim?
Well, it's not gonna hurt. All right, you catch it. But you almost drop it into the water. You're like, okay, you got it. You catch it. All right, Phineas, you gonna move or anything else besides throw that bottle?
I'll say thanks, Phineas.
No, I'm just gonna kind of
Stay right there. You got a good spot. Okay. John Heil, you're standing at the edge of this inky darkness coming out of the hole.
Okay, I'm going to comment to Beltran that I have a spell I can see invisible. Should I still do that?
I was going to do the invisibility purge instead of, because see, then you'll be able to do it, but no one else can.
Yeah,
if I do the purge, then everyone
That's why
can
I
see
wanted
it.
you can make it for everybody, but
But if you can make it, can you make it light?
I don't have any way to make it light, unfortunately.
Okay. Then if you want to do that, I'm going to start with light, and then we'll do the other one.
Okay, so I'm going to do a see invisibility spell less, which lets me see invisible creatures for, if I use the Blessings of Fervor for 100 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm going to move to kind of protect Beltran and Fiat
Okay.
in the direction of where I thought I heard the voice. Can I do a perception check to try to pinpoint where I thought I heard?
Well, he's not talking anymore. So,
I just mean when he spoke, I heard him. So
right. I mean, it sort of said it was coming from sort of the back of the room. You got the invisibility purge, but there's still darkness, magical darkness.
Yeah.
So,
where does that stop at?
huh?
Where does that go to?
It engulfs this entire area. So you see. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I screwed this up. 1 second.
Damn you.
Oh, it's the perils of being stupid. That area.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
that's what
so-
darkness is?
Yeah. So basically, that whole area from the steps up is enshrouded in magical darkness now.
Yeah.
Somebody's afraid of us. That's what Llama starts chanting.
So let me just make sure, because I know that dark vision doesn't work in magical darkness. Normal light was already okay. All creatures gain total concealment in darkness.
Yeah, I got nothing actually. So if I step into the darkness and I can't see anything, I'm going to stay right where I'm at. Actually.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Bjorn. Now's your chance to
All right, I'm
finally
gonna
match up to Lama's killing prowess.
I'm gonna attack this guy, and I'm gonna use the blessing of fervor for the extra attack. So
All right,
it'll be the first two, 29 and 17
both hit.
for
27
points of damage.
Let me check them.
Do I need the third one?
Lama starts clapping.
Yes, but if you hit, he's done.
35. So
That'll do.
Possible crit for 12
Yeah,
points of damage.
You stab him twice, and then you just take his head clean off, and he falls into the water. Sort of falls back into the water with a splash, with a sluggish splash.
Lama's clapping, shaking her pigtails back and forth vigorously and laughing.
All right, it's your turn, Lama. So you see Heil and Beltran and Fiat all sort of clustered together over by the stairs, and looking into what is a pool of inky darkness that you know wasn't there before.
I'm going to say I'm going to reserve until our friend Beltran fixes this. You know Beltran can fix this because they're scared in there, and I'm going to point up the stairs.
John's going to look over his shoulder and comment to Fiat and Beltran. She's kind of disturbing, isn't she?
So I'm reserving literally until either the end of the turn or until somebody can fix the darkness problem.
Fiat?
I cannot fix the darkness. You know what? Just for grins, I'm gonna move here. Right there.
Okay. All right.
Is that a trident there?
Yeah, there's a trident laying on the steps. One of those scooms tridents that he fumbled and accidentally threw it over the edge there.
Got it. If there's a trident lying on the steps, I want to pick up that trident and toss it straight into the dark sphere.
Just throw it into the atmosphere, into the darkness.
And I say, for the Shire.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a ranged attack. Plus 10. Oh, well, plus 10. You're aiming for just like in the middle area there by the by the thing. Okay.
Yes. So plus 10.
Plus 10. All right. 20. So you hear the trident. You're like, for the Shire. You throw the trident in. You're not really good with the trident.
No.
So it sort of like kind of topples end over end, and you can hear it like ting, 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 and sort of like you don't know that you hit anything other than stone with it.
Fine. All right. I think that's my turn, but I'm ready for anything.
Okay. Beltran, you're up.
So I'm casting light on a coin that I've got.
All right.
And then I'm tossing it towards the middle here.
Okay.
It shifts at one category.
Okay.
So wherever since that's darkness, this kicks it up one to dim light.
Okay, hold on a second.
But still, natural abilities like dark vision don't see through that either.
It doesn't. Well, in dim light, you can see with low light or with just regular vision.
Yeah.
But yeah, you still anywhere where the light spell does not overlap, you still can't see into that with dark vision.
Right. So go.
So I couldn't see, so I was trying to do it about 15 feet in front of me. So
okay, so like right about like there. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Hold on a second.
I was probably trying to do it right about the top of the steps.
Okay. Right at the top of the steps. Okay, right like there.
Yeah.
Okay. And these spheres aren't really anything. They're just things that I can put
Right.
that I can put radiuses on.
Right.
All right, yeah. So it is dim. You don't see anything moving in there, although you do see now the guy laying down and the boulders and that kind of stuff. So it does
Right.
increase the light to a certain extent.
Yeah, it's still hard to see in there, but now you can.
But yeah, you don't see any creatures in there.
How about high LS with the see invisibility? Does he see anything?
No, you do not see anything invisible.
Okay, I'll comment that to Beltran and
Okay.
yeah, I don't see any invisible creatures.
Okay.
Well, I'll basically tell you if you want to advance, I'm right behind you.
Okay.
Phineas.
Well, I'll go in front since I held off on my turn. So if you guys are
Okay, so yeah, you can go right now then if you want.
Dun, dun, dun.
Take your big old
Okay,
sword and
so
swoop it around, maybe.
You go rocking up in there. It's dim light. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually do a pirouette
Okay.
with my bastard sword at my furthest extent, just enough to clear the boulders
Okay.
and spin in a circle, which should.
Just to see if it hit anything
Yeah,
that,
just
that
see-
might be invisible. Okay. Yeah. No, you don't hit anything.
Okay, and what did you want me to roll? Did you say you wanted me to roll something?
Perception check.
Ooh, not a strength. Okay, I'll roll that in just a second. Go ahead, continue on.
All right. Phineas. Everybody's sort of moving up in there. You see that they've put some light in there. You don't see anything moving other than Lama, who's sort of like, in typical Lama fashion, has sort of like stormed up there.
So,
I'm dancing. I am dancing.
which I want to see. So can I cast a dispel magic and make the darkness go away?
Yeah, theoretically, sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Can you
Target that-
cast?
Target that effect, yeah.
that's what I'd like to do.
Okay. All right, you got to. I think you got to be closer though. Hold on a second.
It is.
Yeah, there is a range on dispel
100
magic.
feet
I don't know what it is.
Plus 10 foot per level, so I think I'm in good shape.
Aren't you? Oh yeah, 100 feet per 10 foot per level. Yeah, you're easily within range.
So what do you want me to do?
So you have to. Oh no, I got to check something here. So basically, it's a standoff between casters.
You roll a
So-
d20 plus your caster level. And you're
Against
trying to beat
11 plus the caster level of the guy who cast the spell.
What? So what do I have to roll?
roll.
You D20 plus your caster level, basically the level of your level. So if you're an 8th level bard or 7th level bard, you would be plus 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I missed it. What do you get?
26.
26. Okay, hold on. Hold everything. And you were specifically targeting the darkness, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo!
It goes away. The
Nice
darkness
job.
goes away. Sorry about that. Where did Lama go?
You dispelled Llama.
That's
That's not good.
This was
Wow.
dark.
That's
She was
tough.
a dark soul.
Sorry, she's back. She's back. Fear not. All right, Lama. So you suddenly the area that you're in gets much brighter. You're standing at the edge of this sort of circular hole in the ground. Give me a perception check.
I did 17.
17. All right. So you're looking down. You don't see any creatures, but you look down into this hole, and it's basically there's a small depression. It's maybe 3 feet deep, and there seems to be like a little river of water. If you look down in there, it's almost like, you know, like a colander that you like strain spaghetti in.
Yep.
It's kind of like that in the bottom of it, where there are these holes. It's almost like a bowl, and there's holes in the bowl, and through those holes, water flows. So water is flowing through the bottom of it. Now, the water is very shallow. It's only maybe a couple of inches deep in this thing. But what you can see is that on the edges around this bowl, which have obviously been left there by the flow of the water, are these small, sort of very smooth-looking black stones. And there's maybe a dozen of them in various places. There's also a little blood that's being washed away through there from the guy. So the guy you're standing above his throat was cut, and he was positioned in such a way that the blood was running into the bowl. And it's still, to a certain extent, there's still blood dripping in there. He's dead, but there's blood dripping in there, and it's landing in that water, and the water is sort of flowing it away. But you see like maybe a dozen of these small black stones about the size of, I don't know, maybe 2 inches in diameter. And do you guys still have the satchel of stones that you got from the Aspis guys up on top?
Mm-hmm.
They look just like those.
How many stones are in there?
In the
A dozen.
bag?
No, in the
A dozen. So he said a dozen.
About a dozen, about 12.
Okay.
Is it a baker's dozen?
No, it's a regular dozen.
Oh.
No, there's like 12 of them in there. But they're sort of like set in aside, and it looks like that this bull, looks to you like this bull reminds you of like some of people in your orc tribe were miners, and they would pan for gold and things in the rivers and creeks nearby, and this reminds you of like this thing that they used to use where they would flow water through over the top of like various kinds of things where they thought there might be gold nuggets, and then pick up the nuggets because the water would wash away the lighter material, and the heavier nuggets would be in the bottom. In this case, it kind of reminds you that. It's definitely not that, but it reminds you of that. It looks like it's trapping and capturing these black spheres as they sort of flow through or somehow.
Like it's turning the blood from the guy's neck into these black stones or something.
Could be. I mean, it doesn't look like the blood is turning into it, because you can see blood's dripping into the water and it's being carried away. So the water is flowing basically from the west to the east, and it's flowing through. It's just carrying the blood away. It's not like more stones are materializing. But
This stuff is above Llama's pay grade, so she can stand up, bastard sword in hand, and tell everybody what she's seeing. Some of those creepy black rock things. I don't know what's going on up here. Give me something to fight.
all right. So Phineas, you casted Dispel Magic. John Heil, what about you? What are you doing? So you're standing there. It's perfectly light now. The light spell is illuminating the entire area.
Yeah, and the See Invisible doesn't do anything.
No, you can't see. You can't see any creatures or invisible things.
All right, I'm gonna go and I guess grab that body and pull it away from the well, just
Okay.
because.
Okay.
And that'll probably take my entire with a
So
move.
it's a human, and he's dressed very much like those Aspis guys were dressed upstairs. Now, I mean, you could have been with them. It could be somebody else. The body's pretty fresh. I mean, he was only killed, you're guessing, today.
Yeah.
Probably within the last couple of hours.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna pull him away from that well and
Stop the blood from dripping in there.
look around to see if maybe that guy shows up again.
Okay. He does not. Bjorn, what about you? Standing up to your hips in water, enlarged, looking at Phineas and saying, what the heck am I doing standing in water?
I'm going to move over
Look at
here
me.
Okay.
and look around, see if there's anything to kill. I'm following Llama. John's moving a dead body away from a hole,
Yep.
I don't see anything to kill, brother.
and Llama's looking at rocks. Do we need to pick up the rocks?
I don't know. Give me a perception check real quick.
12.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see any invisible creatures. You don't see any movement. You don't see anything other than you guys sort of standing around here. You're not sure what's going on or where that guy went, but he doesn't seem to be there anymore.
What's on the other side of the hole, Les? What is that, like a wall with 3 statues?
Yeah, there's like
on it?
3. Well, yeah, there's like as you get closer, you can see this particular. I mean, in the back there, you can see that. Yeah, there's like a space set aside, and it's blocked off by wall, where there's like 3 littler statues of 3 different people, and then behind them is a much larger statue, probably 15, 16 feet tall, of some sort of very noble-looking human. The impression you get is that these statues have been here a long time, potentially thousands of years. They're worn down. The stone is discolored. By contrast, the tile around the hole and the hole itself look comparatively. I mean, compared to that, it looked comparatively new.
I'm going to tell Bjorn, I bet we could roll one of these boulders into this bowl and ruin their play toy.
Yeah, but aren't we supposed to be here
We're
to
supposed to
collect
grab these
these
stones.
rocks?
I didn't
Yeah.
say right this minute, but
Yeah, you know, once we collect the rocks, I can put a boulder on top of this and be all good.
okay, you collect the rocks.
Okay, we don't want to touch them, right?
Are we still going turn based, or are we out of combat?
You're out of combat right now, but there may or
Okay.
may not be one
Yeah.
guy left.
I'm going to cast Invisibility Purge,
Okay.
which basically anything within 30 feet of me that's
Okay.
invisible becomes visible. And I'm going to start walking back and forth. Once I want to come up here and look around each one of these boulders, look around underneath them, like especially around the back edges and stuff.
Okay, hold on a second. I gotta look at this real quick. Visibility purge. All forms of visibility. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So you're wandering around there, and nothing is purged. No invisible creatures magically make themselves viewable.
Do you need a perception?
No. I mean, no.
I'm going to do Detect Magic and look around to see if anything is magical around here. If there's any auras coming from anything.
There is some magic, although it's very diffuse. Okay. It's very diffuse. So it's like so Detect Magic. The bowl that the water is passing through radiates magic. And there's a little bit of magic sort of in the back over by the statue kind of thing. But it's very diffuse. It's not like concentrated on a thing. It's sort of like there's magic in the air kind of thing. But the bowl that this tile is around definitely radiates magic. And a fair amount of it too.
About the stones.
The stone, as you look in there, so the stones themselves also radiate magic.
Why don't we grab the stones and put them with the other ones we've got?
Okay.
We can't touch them though, right? We
Yeah,
got.
we're using gloves. Yeah, we're not going to touch them. We're using whatever we used last time.
Hey, Bjorn,
Gloves or whatever.
Bjorn, you got gauntlets on, right?
Bjorn, do you have gauntlets?
Chuck?
Did we lose Chuck? He does have gauntlets, though, I'm sure.
We're about to get blasted.
Yeah, he's still there. It doesn't show that he's muted, so he might have stepped away.
He might have stepped away for a second.
Who?
Chuck,
You.
I'm sorry, what was going on?
you wearing gauntlets?
Yeah.
Okay, they're
No,
picking
I
up
have-
the stones out of the thing. So he just did a detect magic. The stones radiate magic. The pool, the bowl radiates magic, and then there's this sort of diffuse magic, sort of in the back of the room, that is not concentrated in any particular place.
Okay. Yeah, my guess is this guy. I mean, with us all back here, I know I've got invisibility purge, but I'm going to say, does everybody go through and actually walk through all the areas in case something's there that we can't see or something's hiding?
Well, yeah, there are other ways of hiding that aren't necessarily invisibility.
Right.
So
we're going to take up all the spaces, like walk through every square and walk through.
okay.
You know, any ledge that's back over there, we're going to throw a sword through it just to see if it hits anything. So there's any area big enough to hold a body, I want to put a weapon through, walk through, swing your arms through, whatever. I mean, we got enough people. We got enough large people. We should be able to fill this area up here
Okay.
with stuff. So even if there's someone hiding up here that's just amazing at hiding, we're gonna smack them.
Well, the only person, and Fiat will tell you this, the only person that he saw up here was that tentacle guy. He hit him with 2 boulders, and then now you're pretty sure. Well, Phineas will say that he was pretty sure that tentacle guy was the guy who kept the Scooms from obeying him or seeing reason. That voice you heard was him. And that was only, maybe a minute ago. And you guys were right there on the steps. I mean,
Well,
somebody cast darkness. It wasn't you guys.
Right, he's a caster. My guess is he teleported out of here.
It's possible.
So wait, am I picking up the rocks? Is that what's going on? I'm sorry.
Yes, because you have gauntlets, so they don't touch your hands. I guess
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're going to put them in the satchel.
Yeah, I'll collect them all up in the satchel.
Because they radiated some pretty significant magic, and it was pretty dangerous magic.
I've got a Pathfinder pouch. Is that where we put the other ones? I don't remember.
I don't think so. They were in a bag that
Yeah, they were in a
Aspis guys
pouch that the other guys had. So we probably just added to that.
Not a magical pouch, though? Maybe it'd be good to put them in a Pathfinder pouch, because we don't know what the hell they do.
No, true.
You drinking,
guys-
man?
Oh, just Gatorade. I'm giving my liver a rest.
Yeah, right.
I drank about a half a
artifacts
bottle of.
tonight, huh?
I drank about a half a bottle of Old Granddad last night with you guys, so taking it easy on the old liveroo.
Man, I was looking forward to get artifacts tonight too.
Never gonna happen. All right, so you guys pick up the stones, and what were you gonna do? You're gonna roll one of these boulders into that hole.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Which boulder and who's
Can I
rolling?
identify the magic,
Of the stones?
or do we have someone that can identify what that bowl is, why that's magical?
Well, it radiates the same kind of magic as the stones themselves, which
Does
is
it?
very strong. A combination of transmutation and evocation magic.
Can
Is
I
it just
do
the
a
bowl?
knowledge check?
Is it just the bowl?
No, it's the stones too. The stones themselves.
No, I mean just the bowl they're sitting in. Is this a metal bowl?
No, it's stone. It's carved out of stone.
Can I do a knowledge check?
It's just a bowl. The rim, which is tiled, does not radiate magic. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Andrew. What were you saying?
Knowledge check Arcana.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, what the hell is going on here? 19.
Ooh.
Natural 2? Yeah, you're not entirely sure what's going on here. You do realize almost certainly that that there is a relationship between the bowl and the stones themselves. You're not sure from this point of view if there's the stones are drawn here to the bowl through the water, or if this is a capture mechanism, like a capture basin for stones that are like shunting around all the time. But the magic of both the bowl and the stones is the same. It's very similar.
So we still have messaging going, so everyone knows what I'm thinking, and I'm also thinking, how did I end up here? I was just on the wall a moment ago.
It was as if by magic.
It feels very magical.
I'm just gonna say, Bjorn, you first.
So
Do we
we've
wanna
we've collected all the stones, right?
Yeah, there
Right.
was about a dozen stones plus 4 in the bag, so you've got like 16 of these small, very round, sort of polished, as far as you can tell, basalt stones.
So
Okay,
eyeballing these, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
I want to get a better understanding of what this is. There's a bowl here that's below the surface of water running. Is that right?
Yeah, so imagine.
So
yeah,
it's in the floor.
It's in the floor, yes. So it's in the floor, and essentially it's like a hat turned upside down, right? The
Okay.
rim, the tile rim is sort of the brim of the hat.
Right.
And underneath it, going into the stone, is this sort of curved, the crown of the hat going into the ground. Now, the crown of the hat has holes in it, and water throws through those holes. The holes go all the way around it.
Okay.
And there's a stream of water coming from the west on the map to the east, and it flows through there. Now, the water is it's very shallow. It's only a couple inches deep. But scattered about in the water and on the edges and stuff like that are these stones, the black stones. And you look at, and they're not flowing with the water anymore. It's almost as if this bowl has captured them as they were flowing by, and they've sort of been sectioned off, and the water can get out, but the stones can't get out.
Okay. So are we just want to put the boulder to cover this thing out?
Well, I was going to ask about the circumference of the boulder as compared to the circumference of the bowl.
It's pretty close, actually.
Because I was going to try to slam the thing through and smash it.
Well,
but then I'm a knight. That's what I do.
Right. The other thing I've got is this bowl's made out of stone, right?
Yes, it's a stone bowl. It goes down about 3-4 feet, or well, about 3 feet.
So I would say we could do that, but I've got stone shape. I can like mess with the bottom of it so there's no longer water flowing through it. And then have you just smash the top and just put the boulder on top of it. So if it's somehow drawing stones here and doing this to them, there will be no more water or stones coming through it. And then plus they have to worry about getting a, whatever boulder out from on top of it.
I would suggest at this point, do we take a long rest, and before doing that, first the bodies and everyone recharge?
There's still an enemy here somewhere. We don't know
Yeah.
where. You can't rest here. Whatever's going on.
This won't take long. Let's ruin their toy.
Yeah,
I mean, these stones are obviously evil, right?
Yes, they. Can anybody detect evil?
Sure.
Since I already said yes.
Sure, we all can.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Really? Can anybody detect evil?
Sure.
We just all feel that they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're. Yeah, I mean, they radiate a fair
We've
amount.
done a sense motive, and we're pretty sure.
Sense motive. We're pretty sure.
Yeah, they radiate a fair amount of.
So yeah, I've got.
Yeah, I'm with Tom. Looks evil to me. Let's crush it.
Okay, so I've got.
So I'm going to search this statue while everybody's talking just to see if I can find anything.
Okay. So
any
the statue.
doors?
So you just kind of go over there. So the statue is very old, and like I said, it seems to predate by a significant amount the other stuff in here, like this, like the bowl and the tile rim. These have been here a while, but we're talking like decades as opposed to centuries. The statues have been there for a long time. You do find tucked behind that little wall, in between the big statue and the littler statues, you find a bunch of stuff sort of secreted back there.
Secreted?
Secreted, yeah.
Well,
Somebody
did check his
put back there.
jockstrap.
Hidden back there.
Oh,
No, secreted, not secreted.
yeah, that's different.
Oh,
You
well,
say
that's
potato, I say potato. You know,
Hey, Les, how tall are these walls up here?
they are still only about a foot and a half high.
What?
Yeah.
So what's on the other side of it?
What do you mean? Just up more stone
This is
going
this
to the
is
wall.
the wall
Yeah.
right here.
Yep.
How does this go down a foot?
Yeah, if you step up on the wall and then step down, there is stone there. There's a little place here. But yeah, it's those walls there are almost ornamental. But
Do
they
they terminate?
maintain the same height. Right? So
Okay.
even though the steps go up, the walls do just sort of like
Good
carry
enough.
on.
So okay,
Yeah.
so
Do they terminate at the walls, Les, or do they look like they go through the walls?
It looks like they terminate at the walls. And they also they look like they terminate at the walls. And they seem to be old too.
Are they frescoes? Can we see artwork?
No, nothing like that. The walls are plain, just plain mortared stone, really.
okay, so there's nowhere. I was just making sure there's nowhere back in here or in here that this guy could be hiding, that we just physically could not see him.
Oh, no. The walls are small.
Okay.
And what's the detritus look like, Les? Does it look like scavenged stuff from dead people, or
No. It's actually they look ceremonial. So you see what looks to be a dagger with a gold hilt made of obsidian.
I've still got detect magic going in case any of it's magical.
A chalice made out of dark marble with red veins in it and looks like some sort of runes on it. A necklace that looks to be of gold and platinum shark's teeth, maybe. And there's like a little, a small sort of coffer that's sort of underneath all these, underneath these ceremonial things.
okay.
It's a coffer is actually sort of big. It's probably the size of a briefcase, a large sort of a briefcase. But all the other stuff is sort of sitting on top of it, and there's like a red cloth over the between them. So like there's the coffer, the red cloth, and then these ceremonial items. The dagger has blood on it.
Is any of it magical?
None of it is magical.
We're still taking it all with us. In case someone comes back here, I don't want them to have their instruments or whatever they're doing this stuff with.
The coffer is heavy.
What about just the items?
The items themselves are about the same weight as the other items. They're just splendidly made. Like I said, there's a necklace made of platinum and gold-plated shark's teeth. There's a marble chalice with runes on it. There's this obsidian dagger with the gold hilt that has obviously been used quite recently.
That's good.
Yeah,
We're gonna grab.
It's got blood on it right now.
Am I the loot person for this party, or someone else take care of the loot?
No, you got it.
I don't remember if I was or not. Oh, yep, I was.
As far as I remember, you've always been the loot guy.
Yep, I've got stuff here. All right. Les, can you just send me what's back there, and I'll write that just after this?
Yeah, I'll send you.
Okay. So what do you guys think?
Wait, perception check on the DM. Do we trust him to send the loot?
No.
No, we absolutely don't.
No.
But this loot doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I think we do just to get in the false sense of security.
Sounds like
Like I
it's
said,
valuable.
I've got 3 second level spells left, so I've got 3 people I can levitate to get us back out of here. And I can like I said, plug these things up, so at least if it needs the water, it would be more difficult for them to get this thing functioning. So I can do that if you guys want, and then we can throw the boulder on top of it and then hit the road.
Okay.
You got anybody plastic explosives? We can destroy this place.
I didn't take that spell.
Plastic explosives.
I still have my silver falcon, so if we need to... Silver raven, rather. If we need to send a scout.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
So how are you guys? So you gather up all the stuff from behind there,
Right.
and what you were going to do is going to try and destroy the bowl.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Stone Shape. So
All
I
right.
can just
Where are you standing?
probably right there.
Are you, okay. All right. The moment you start casting that spell, the boulder to the south seems to come apart in a weird way, and something materializes, sort of like, it's almost like the boulder sort of like begins to stretch upward, and you guys all sort of look, and the boulder sort of like shibs apart, and you see that the tentacle creature standing on top of the boulder, and he says, and you don't understand what he's saying, but he says something in that voice again, and Andrew, you understand he's saying, "Do not touch the source of the drowning stones, you will be doomed forever." And then suddenly a huge burst of very sort of effeminate looking chaos materializes atop all of you guys. It's a chaos hammer. I need a will save from everybody as chaotic power just courses through you and explodes.
Well, I want to know how I ended up here because I was way back on the wall.
I assume you're all within that.
Shit.
Phineas probably shouldn't be, but the rest of us probably would be.
Well, Phineas was like, he had to come up there because he was like doing knowledge arcana on the thing, so he had to look at
I
it.
did not.
You sure did.
I had my X-ray specs on.
All right, the DC is 17.
So I blew it.
Beltran blew it. Lama's okay. Chuck blew it.
Kyle in it. He's not on the border, but I don't know if that's like a.
Phineas made it. No, everybody. Yeah, you would have been in there, John. I mean, it's representative, but I mean, he would have targeted. So you made it. Okay, so Chaos Hammer. So you unleash chaotic power to smite your enemies. It takes the form of a multicolored explosion of leaping, ricocheting energy. Only lawful and neutral creatures are harmed by this spell. So those of you who are chaotic,
Yes.
are not harmed by this. So who's chaotic?
Well, Llama is. But
I
she's
am.
a real save.
Chaotic good.
Okay. Any other chaotics in the group?
I think I'm chaotic.
Just Llama's chaotic good too.
Fiat. Chaotic
She's my,
good.
she's my partner in
Chaotic
chaos.
goods.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not as good as I'd hoped. All right. So, so who's lawful? Listen to everybody sing out. Oh, me, I'm lawful. Okay, so lawful creatures who did not make their save will take 17 points of damage. Neutral creatures who did not make their save take half. So if you made your save and you're lawful, you take. If you didn't make your save and you're lawful, you take 17. If you made your save and you're lawful, you take 8. If you are neutral and didn't make your save, you take 8. And if you are neutral and did make your save, you take 4 points of chaos damage.
Chaos.
He probably feels like that didn't do nearly as enough damage. So John, we'll just without having to re-roll initiative for everybody, since it's just the one guy, we'll just start with you again. John, you're up, and you're right there next to him.
Okay, and I have reach, so I can just do a full attack, right? With do we still have Blessings of Fervor? How long has this been?
No, you guys have been chilling pretty for several minutes, so I think Blessing of Fervor is going to be gone.
Yeah, Blessing of Fervor to be gone.
In fact, I
We
think
got
all
points back.
yeah, all blesses is gone. Protection from evil, so all your buffs are gone.
All of them are gone.
Bullshit. Sorry,
We've had enough rest to get our spells
I'm
back.
feeling a little bit of the Rona. Sorry.
Anything
about
that doesn't last tens of minutes per level is probably gone.
Yeah.
Which
I got
means
protection.
Which was
from
protection
evil
from
last
evil.
10
still
minutes.
means protection from evil still going.
Oh, protection from evil lasts 10s? I thought it was just minutes.
Does
All right, if
line
it's
weapon,
10s, if protection from evil is 10s, then go ahead.
But a line weapon, doesn't that last forever?
Let me look.
It does
I'm the
not.
one
It's
that cast that, but I
minutes.
don't remember how long.
A line weapon is
Oh,
minutes, I believe.
So a large person is also gone?
Which one?
Yeah, I think so. A large person would be gone too.
That's minutes. So Llama was 5 minutes, and actually I.
Wait.
Oh yeah, you
Blessing
know
of
what?
Evil
Those would
maximized
actually
it.
still be there.
Viagra lasts hours.
Okay.
See your doctor if it's over 4.
If it's over 4, yeah.
Oh, priapism. Yeah, that could be a problem.
All right. Ooh, look at
These
those
sucky rolls.
lame rolls. Hold on a second.
The line weapon was only for 8.
20
minutes.
hits, the other two don't.
Okay, so that's done.
That's probably gone.
So that was the
Because you
fight.
got that before we even came
20
down
would
there.
hit, yeah.
Is he immune to acid?
He's not immune to acid.
Okay, so
What's
2d6.
Doc? He's taking acid.
No, he's immune. He's not immune to it.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay. He. Whoop. He looks pretty good for having been hit by 2 boulders, so you're not entirely sure what's going on there. All right, then Bjorn.
5 foot step. Full attack.
Okay,
31,
that's a hit.
14.
No.
So 17 points of damage.
Okay. Okay.
Llama steps in his bowl.
Lame. Llama's next.
Llama steps in his bowl because she wants to.
All right, you step in the bowl. The water is slooshing across your boots.
And oh, this isn't nearly as much fun, but still fun.
That'll hit. Also hit.
All right.
Good Lord. So Llama steps up and just cuts him down as he's preparing another spell. You can see him swirling, and the chaotic energy is swirling between his hands. He's getting ready to blast you guys. And then Heil hits him, and Bjorn hits him, and then Llama steps up and is just like, shook, and just brings her sword down on top of his head and cuts it off. And he falls to the bone. So he was using a version of Veil to make himself look like the boulder. That's how he was hiding from you guys. But when you started talking about destroying the bowl, it was one thing to take his ceremonial items. It's quite another to destroy his bowl. He could not stand for it anymore, and so had to come out. But that you guys make pretty short work of him, and we drop out of initiative for the final time. For the treasure. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what it is. The ceremonial dagger with the gold hilt is worth 248 gold pieces. The marble chalice with the abyssal runes, 437 gold pieces. The necklace of platinum and gold shark's teeth, 308 gold pieces. And you guys crack open the coffer, and it is filled with a lot of gems. 4 60 gold piece gems. 3 pieces of black coral worth 110 gold pieces each. 6 pink pearls worth 80 gold pieces each. 4 white pearls worth 140 gold pieces each. A big opal worth 800 gold pieces. Even larger garnet worth 1,000 gold pieces, and 400 loose coins, 400 gold pieces worth of loose coins that look to be, to your eyes, a variety of nations, including some that don't even exist anymore.
Okay, what was the second thing?
A mini pearl.
The value of the second thing?
The second thing, the marble chalice?
Sure.
437 gold pieces?
Okay, that's the one I didn't get.
Phallus.
No, chalice. Stop it, Andrew. So that's what was in the treasure. But yeah, no, it's quiet down here now. You've slain everything. How are you getting out of here?
So can I dunk a boulder down this bowl now, or do you need to do
can.
some magic-y shit?
No, you can't. You could roll. Essentially, what you'd end up doing is rolling a boulder into the bowl, and it would just sort of sit there on top. So it's pretty heavy. You both have to sort of push it over there.
We were discussing the circumference of the boulder to the circumference of the bowl.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
what
about right.
those steps leading down to the north?
And for the moment, my strength is 26.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So can I dunk this like a basketball or not?
You mean like slam the boulder in there? That boulder is pretty big. I mean, you're talking about an 8 to 10 foot wide thing of stone. I don't know that even with a strength of 26 you're going to be.
And I have the strength of an ice giant at this point.
Yeah, hill giants throw rocks. I don't know how big they are.
I'll tell you what. Bjorn and Llama together, both of you give me a strength bonus check based on your enlarged strength.
Let's see here. So that would be +6.
All right. Llama, what about you? Plus 7, 18. All right. So between the two of you, yes, you manage to lift up the boulder. You sort of waddle it over to the edge of this thing, and you drop it. You can't really throw it down in there, but you manage to drop it into there. It fits in there, and you can hear like the other stone below sort of cracking a little bit. You're not sure if it's destroyed fully, but you do hear cracking. You also after a minute or so see like water starting to come out from under the boulder out onto the floor. Now it's not a ton, but there is some water like coming up out from there. Like maybe it can't get out anymore.
I'm gonna high five Llama.
I'm gonna high
Nicely
five
done.
you right back. That was fun.
All right, so you guys probably will have to wait a day down here and sort of camp out to wait for Beltran to get his levitate spells back to get everybody
No,
out.
I've got 3 of them still.
You got 3 of them, and can you get everybody out?
Well, basically, I'd probably hit Llama and Bjorn with it,
Okay.
and then we'd all kind of pile on them.
Well, we searched all the corpses.
We're gonna take the chick's weapons and whatever stuff she had.
So you fish around in the water. So you do find they're like these big sort of sickles.
Yeah, those were wicked scimitars. What did she get? She got to like
Sickles?
pile on
Scimitar
sickles.
Yeah, but they're
Pile on
big.
different-
They're cold iron too, and they do radiate magic.
Yeah, the rest of the bodies are sushi. There's no need to search sushi.
I mean, Llama might consider giving up her bastard sword for those babies. I don't know.
Okay, I've got those on the list.
Okay.
Plus, we need to wait until we're small enough to fit through the hole again, or dispel the enlarged person.
Yeah, I can dispel that if we need to. But I mean, if you're big, you can carry more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the hole that we have to go out of is somewhat small. So maybe we use the enlarged to get everybody back over here on the wall where the hole in the ceiling is.
Okay.
How big was the hole, Les?
The one that going up.
Yep.
10 foot diameter.
So that's you can fit in that in a large.
Okay, whatever
Oh.
works. If that works, I'm good.
Okay.
So you had probably hit Bjorn and Llama, and then have them split us up.
Well, do I need to search a staircase to the north, or are we sure we've got
I didn't see a
everything?
staircase to the north.
Sure.
There's no staircase to the north. What are you talking about? Are you talking about this thing here?
Right there.
Yeah, no, it's the same staircase. It's just on the other side of the wall. Remember, this wall is sort of almost ornamental. So yeah, it comes out of the water. Those stairs, you're not sure if they're carved or if they're a thing, but those stairs, they just go to this place right here. They don't go anywhere special.
Okay.
That's in the map that shows the cut through of the whole thing. There looked like there was some kind of secondary tunnel, like way up at the surface. Can we check that out when we come up?
Sure, yeah, you could check that out as you guys go over there. There's water at the bottom of it. There's nothing going on in there. No animals or anything. You're not sure why that exists, and what if it was meaningful at all, but it doesn't connect with any other areas, and it just sort of peters out about 75 feet down.
Okay.
Yeah, basically all we have to do is, with the levitate on those two, each one grab someone in each arm and have that person hold on to them, and then all of us get up to top within a minute or so.
Okay, cool. Well, we don't have a ton of time, but I've already calculated experience points for everybody. So hold on a second. I'm gonna share a different. You guys see this now? The Excel?
I do.
Okay. So I've calculated your experience points for this adventure and also the Jester adventure. And you can see a couple of people got leveled. I think Phineas moved to 8th level, I believe. And Lama moved to 8th level.
Ooh, wow.
And Fiat, you're 6th now. So I think, is that... No, you were 6th, so I think you're still because you were just over the line there and into 6th before. So, but yeah, Lama and Phineas both pass a level. So for next time we play B team, you guys in. As you can see, the mandatory retirement is looming for several of you, including Lama and Phineas and Beltran. So keep that in mind to have a secondary character ready to go.
Well, good deal for negative EXP. I'm not close yet.
You are, yeah, you are still. Where are you? Yeah, you still. Well, you got, you got 7. You got probably another 38,000 to go.
I don't remember
38,000
missing any B team weeks, but okay, I'm good.
You missed a couple. Oh, I have you start. You may not have started B team late because I have you here at 1501, which would have been your starting point. So I think you started B team and the second it lost at bitter end.
No, all good. I'm good.
Yep. That's what that looks like.
You had a different character, Chuck, right? You played somebody else for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died horribly.
Oh, Kazir, that's why.
Yep,
Kazir had all that. All right, so you guys got some Trevor. Trevor. You guys got some Trevor. You guys managed to get back. You're pretty sure you basically wiped this place out and stopped this thing because that even if the boulder didn't destroy the bowl, it's still gonna. If anybody comes back down here, they're gonna have a devil of a time getting that thing out of there because it fit really closely. So you guys have that treasure, and you do manage. It takes about a little time, several days actually, but you do manage to wend your way back to the outpost and get a teleport back to Master Bashir, who congratulates you on the thing. So I have to ask: do any of you guys keep the black sphere, any of the black spheres, or do you give them all 16 of them to Bashir? In this case, it would be Bashir's.
I'm not interested in any of them.
Bashir soon to be a 10th level demon.
I'm sorry?
I said Bashir soon to be a demon.
Oh, he doesn't touch him. I mean, when you guys show up and bring him in, he has that guy who, you know, his sort of his court magic user, that guy that you know that you've worked with before. He gives them to him, and you can tell that guy is very careful about it.
Isn't that Don's character now?
He works for Bashir, but no, he didn't know. It was Matt who opened a scrollery.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what Leonard did. Did he stay with Master Bashir as court mage? I don't think so. I think he did something else when he retired. I think he went back somewhere. Oh no, you know what? He went to somewhere else, and he took a job and shares as Master Bashir's, one of his guys, like one of his agents in the field. So you get back, and I don't know. So none of you are going to keep one of the spheres?
What size are they?
Oh, they're small. They're about the size of, a little smaller than a racquetball.
So putting him in my bikini of holding wouldn't make me look like.
Well,
just don't put it in the back. I mean,
yeah,
make that big of a difference, but no.
Yeah, you're supposed to put the potato in the back. No, I mean, there will be plenty of opportunities if you wanted to filch one to grab one. I don't know who's got the bag. I guess that's John, right? Because it's in your Pathfinder bag.
If we put them in there, yeah, that's what I would suggest, is putting them in a Pathfinder pouch.
So Andrew, if you wanted one, I guess you'd probably have to either get hold of John's bag, or
that sounds awful.
That came out wrong too, didn't it?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, John, you have unlimited access to your own bag. So, did you want to keep one?
I'm not touching those stones, man.
Okay, so you guys are going to deliver all 16 back to
Bashir. Stones or stones?
Stones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can have the stones.
So, again, there's a couple of days of...
What were those sickles? What plus were they, or what were those?
Oh, right. Hold on a second. Let me get that for you.
How dare you question your DM?
It's about loot.
They question me all the time.
Is
They are.
llama going to switch to sickles?
I don't know. They are +1 cold iron sickles. They do not automatically have the bleed condition. That was
her thing.
That was hers. But they do D6 damage, and they're +1 cold iron.
Did they get the
They're
Ren
big, they're
condition, or
large.
was that hers?
The bleed. No, they don't automatically come with bleed condition. That came from her.
No, not bleed, rend. When
Yeah.
you hit with both of them?
That is. Let me check. That is her too, because she's partially a Slayer. So yes, she. So the rend was from her too.
Okay.
She also had other stuff on her, which I will go ahead and give you now. She had a +1 chain shirt underneath her clothing, like that black leather.
Okay.
She had a ring of protection +1 and a cloak of resistance +3, which is a nice little object there. But she did not have any other like money or anything like that.
Les, you say there were 2 sickles?
There were 2. Yeah, she would fight
Yep.
two-handed with them.
So she was wielding a bicycle?
Oh, God.
Oh.
If you
All right.
won this campaign, you just got negative experience.
All right, Tom, you're banned from this for 1 week. A bicycle. No, yeah, she fought two-handed with him. So, and she got the rend when she hit both. But yeah, but they're not inherent of the weapon itself. Neither the
No,
bleed nor the rend.
I just make it funny. It's all.
I know. But that's it. That is the entirety of the loot. So you get back, and you get back to Bashir's, and again, congratulates you on a mission, accomplished. Again, you guys have done so well. He is going to have to think of a reward for you guys, in addition to all the jewels. I mean, you already have a deal with him that anything you pick up on these missions you get to keep, and he also comes up with rewards. So I'll have to think of that. He's got some. He'll have to think of that. But you're there for a couple of days, enjoying the various sorts of comforts available in Master Bashir's villa, when he calls you to the main conference room again, and says, "I need you to basically you guys come in, and there are a couple of people there, and one of them is holding a sack."
He's not going to put the stones back, is he?
A sack.
A sack that's moving. The sack is moving. And he throws the sack on the table, and you can see that it's got a string around it. It's tied closed. And it continues to sort of like, and you can hear what sounds to be abyssal cursing coming from inside the sack. And when we next play B-Team, we'll find out what's in that sack as we go into a new adventure.
No.
Nice.
Congratulations. So,
Does he ever explain what the drowning stones are?
he does not. And honestly, he's not. And you get the impression from Bashir that he doesn't actually necessarily know what they are. He had originally described them as some sort of power source, but also very dangerous. So, but it was
someone else to get a hold of it as well.
Yeah, he basically said we don't want the Aspis guys to get a hold of it, and they were already on the scene. He'd gotten tipped off by his man in the field, that guy at the way station in the Mwangi. So he got tipped off that like a whole bunch of Aspis guys came through here. They supposedly know where these things are. So he sent you guys to go and sort of put paid to that and get them back. So which you guys did. And you did it without having to murder a bunch of Aspis guys like you did on that mountain that one time.
And when next we meet, we find out what to do with the abyssal ferret in a bag.
That's what we will find out.
Ferret.
All right. Anything else you guys need? All right. That's where we will stop then for tonight.
Is it
everybody, that was
abyssal
awesome.
Pig and a poke?
I'm sorry. Yeah, you've got
Pig and a poke.
something's in that bag on the table moving, and not sure what it is.
All right, night, guys.
Have a good week.
I
Have a
know.
good week.
All right, you guys too. See you soon.
Radar.